All right, this week's episode is with Tim O'Connor and Kelly Hart, and we had a blast in studio. These guys were absolutely hilarious. We talked all things skateboarding, new and old. I think you guys are going to love this chat. But before we get into the show, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsors for coming on board. Woodward, Arbor, Pub Beer, Herschel, Bubs Naturals, Yeti, and Smith. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show as well as our Patreon members. And let's just get right into it. The Kelly Hart and Tim O'Connor episode. Here we go.
You are listening to the
Hey, MFM. See you on the lift. Back attack, dude.
Bon voyage!
Get that damn car off of the hill.
Slide down them big hills. You know what I mean? On the big, nice burgundy snowboard.
All right, welcome to the Bomb Hole, which is presented by the best company on planet Earth, run through a wall, smelling salts. Today in studio, I got Kelly Hart back in the booth to my right. What's happening, Kelly?
That was an amazing intro. I'm great. Thank you. Thanks for having me back, dude. I'm hyped, dude.
Yeah, it's been a while. We got Silk D on productions, as always. Silk, what's happening?
Not much. Happy to be here.
Love it. And we got Tim O'Connor in the booth. What's happening, Tim?
I'm doing good. I just want to know what the D stands for all of a sudden. I knew he was Silk, but Silk D? Silky
yeah.
D?
Yeah, it's D is short for days.
Okay, all right.
He's a musical artist. That's actually his music name, Silk Days.
It was better when it was more elusive.
No, I knew that.
Yeah.
Sick.
Silk D,
Yeah, we
you know.
can
Can we curse and stuff? What can I do?
You can say whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just if it slips out. You know, I don't want to offend anybody.
No. We're good to go here. What are you guys doing in Salt Lake, by the way?
We're on a Mormon mission. Yeah.
Just me and Tim. Yeah.
What are we doing here? What are we doing, Kelly?
We're here for Skull Candy. What was it? The
Crusher Cup.
Crusher Cup.
Yeah.
What are your roles here? What are we doing?
Tim, you're announcing?
I'm going to be doing, just the announcing. I was like live announcing, but this is just one and only announcer for this thing. Kelly's just going to be sweating the whole time.
Yeah. Thank God I'm good right now. I was sweating before I came in here because I was all nervous. It's a big podcast and I was all nervous, dude.
Yeah, he had us cut on the AC, which is it's not even hot at all.
No, it's literally 60
No.
degrees outside and I was like sweating. No, because my back went out and I was like all nervous. Anyway.
He's got paper towels next to him.
Yeah,
it gets bad.
Yeah, I got beers
I'll put
here.
a photo for the viewers.
I'm here actually just, usually I judge these events, but they asked me to do social media, which was for like maybe 9 Club, do some stuff for there, and that was it.
Nice.
Pretty chill.
You still have, last time you came on the show, you had like 14 jobs. It was like mob, grip. What else did you have? You were doing judging. You were doing jump rope stuff,
Jump rope.
maybe.
Yeah, now it's actually gotten bigger, but more confined, I guess. Now I'm team manager sports marketing for America and Edney's, which I'm very stoked to do. I grew up with those companies. They've been right down the street from my house, so I'm stoked on that. 9 Club, still doing that. 9 years coming. When does this episode drop? Do you know?
I don't know, in a few weeks.
The 28th of May.
Oh, it'll be like a week after that. It'll be 9 Club's 9th birthday. Still doing jump rope stuff, whatever. I don't know, just kind of living life. Dude.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love to see it. Tim, I'm just going to change gears drastically right now and talk about something that I just want to jump right into. I grew up on the Element World Tour video.
Oh, wow.
An absolute classic. Had the VHS, watched it a million times. You had first parts, amazing. But that tour looked fucking insane.
We went everywhere. If it was on Earth, we went there. And I was like a spastic little kid. Like I'm from New Jersey. It sucks. And there's nothing to skate. And we were just going to all these parks, like all over Europe, Australia. And I was like, yay! Like everything was good to skate. And then I was just excited and skated my ass off. That's probably why I had a lot of footage in there. Because I was like skating before everybody else and then after. And we went everywhere. Like, Australia, Europe, maybe 2 different times. Because there was like some stuff that was like the Euro Pro contest in like 98, I think. Yeah, that was about the year it was filmed. And then went back again and did demos all over Europe after the contest. And what else? Just everywhere. I can't even remember all the places we went.
Was that all in one trip? Or was it like just spread out?
It was spread out, but it was like, you know what? It feels like it was spread out, but it was probably I don't know, a 4-month period or something like that. Maybe some street footage got in there that was maybe a year before that or something like that. But I think it was all pretty tight period of time.
Can we talk about the Nollie Late Shove?
Yeah.
Nollie Late Shove?
Yes, dude.
Turn your mic up. Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to.
There you go.
Oh, did it pop out? Okay,
Don't
sorry.
don't fucking touch
This
it.
thing is-
Don't be hard. Be gentle.
He wants to hear about the Nollie Late Shove. I love the enthusiasm, Kelly.
I bring it up to him sometimes.
Nollie Late Shove it. You know what? There was actually an indoor skate park semi-close to my house in Hackettstown, New Jersey, and it had something similar to the obstacle where I did that, where it was like super mellow transition, and I'd always do nollie tricks on it. It would just bounce super high off of it. And then, it was just like, it was almost like jumping on a trampoline with a board or whatever. You're just hovering and just, too much time up here. Let's do something. Yeah, just fucking around, just entertaining myself. And then glad you liked it. I thought it was, questionable.
Well, I could see at a demo it'd get the people going too. You know?
Yeah, I mean, was that like a little kid trick and then you just saved it and then randomly just did it then?
Yeah, I did late shove-its when I was like a little kid. Then I didn't do them for years. Skating progressed. You didn't really do any of those old tricks.
Yeah.
And then, I was just nollieing off shit. I'm like, fuck it. Just, I don't know. Yeah. Just fucking around. Just some weirdness.
Love to see it. Also got to ask on the subject of Element World Tour video. Seemed like it was peak Donnie Barley as well, skating him around then.
Well, you know what? So much of like the tricks that I learned on transition, I'd basically see Donnie do them first, and then he would leave, and then I would try everything after he left and like learn it all right after, He was the best, is the best. He's awesome.
Yeah, the one other clip aside from the Nollie Late Shove that stands out is Donnie's switch hard flip to 50-50 on it's like a chin high bump to ledge.
My
In
God.
Munster, Germany.
Yeah.
That was at the the contest. Yeah, I think it was like neck high, Adam's apple high.
Yeah.
Donnie's awesome. He's the best.
Amazing. Well, we're gonna jump right into a classic of Bomb Hole, and that's us. Run Through Wall Trivia. Hold on, let me pull up the jingle here. Let me get to it.
We have
Here
a
we
jingle.
go.
Welcome to Run Through Wall Trivia.
You will both find buzzers located on the shelf behind your head.
Right.
Other shoulder, Kelly. There you go. You're gonna need those.
You're fired.
They're not from a kid's game. They're very serious.
This is trivia.
This is trivia.
Wait, do I have to beat him?
Yeah, it's like have you ever watched Jeopardy?
Does it shock Kelly?
It's exactly it's just as hard as Jeopardy. Some
Silk will
say.
explain the rules of the game.
So Chris is going to read a question. You can buzz at any point while he's reading. He doesn't have to finish if you know. But when you buzz, he's going to stop reading. So you better know.
Okay,
when
got
you buzz.
Wait, can I test it real quick?
Yeah, sure. Test it.
Yeah.
Oh, it really works.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Go on.
It's
Go
very,
on.
very official. If you get a question wrong, we highly encourage you to do a run through wall smelling salt. I suppose we can't force you to do it.
God.
I'm certainly not going to get up and do it. And then I'm going to keep score. I'm going to make sure whoever buzzes first gets called on. I guess that's about it.
we've got no prize.
Oh, yeah, we don't have a prize. We've been doing this
We've
for
been
months.
talking about
No
getting a prize. We always want to do $25 to Arby's, but we haven't got around to any gift cards.
That'd be cool.
We're open to suggestions.
You're already paying us in beer and pizza, so
Okay.
we're good.
You don't have to answer in the form of a question, right?
No,
If
but
you want
that's a
to.
good idea.
Yeah, if you want to.
You said it was like Jeopardy. So.
It's not exactly like Jeopardy.
Okay.
A little more
all
like
All right, these are all skateboard questions. They're kind of meatballs. I feel like you guys are going to do great. Here we go. Who backside flipped Wallenberg?
Damn it.
Andrew Reynolds.
That's correct.
Wow.
What skateboarder from Massachusetts kickflipped El Toro? 5,
don't know the name.
4, 3.
Paczynski.
There it is.
Oh,
I knew who it was. I was
Okay,
just
he's
playing.
keeping us on edge. I got a buzzer for when you guys get it wrong. Damn, dude. All right, this one, I think Kelly's probably might have this one sewn up, but he's
You know what? I got to put my hand here. I don't know why I put it.
Yeah.
Put your other hand behind you.
I'm
closely.
watching.
Okay.
I'm watching.
who has first part in the Shorties video "Fulfill the Dream"?
Steve Olson.
That's correct. All right, so you got 2, you got 1. Okay. All right, this one's a little tricky. Who won Skater of the Year in 2006? 5, 4. Just I guess there's no time limit.
What happens if you guess and you get it wrong?
Yeah.
You got to do a salt.
Oh, you have to get it.
Oh, then I'm not guessing.
Yeah. I could
Strategy over here.
Yeah.
You don't lose any points though.
2006.
Salts are great. Yeah, I'm
Wait,
gonna,
do you do it like all the time?
yeah, fuck yeah. I'm gonna do one right now just because you guys are being soft. They're great.
Not unhealthy.
They're great.
I stand to gain literally nothing by doing it. Hey, that you
It's
did
too
it.
smart.
I thought you had to
It's
like
known to
snap it
enhance.
open
That's it.
for some
That's
reason.
You just like do a little thing.
It enhances brain.
Just take a guess, Kelly.
Connections.
It
Take
does?
a goddamn
Yeah,
guess.
it's known to.
Now you're fucking talking
No,
me
like,
into
I
it,
mean, like
Silky.
literally.
All right.
It's worth it.
Actually, I'm not going to give you a
Oh, yeah,
hint.
okay.
I'm not going to
Oh,
give you a
wait, no,
hint.
wait.
If somebody gets it wrong, I'll give you a hint. Come on.
Time is way up.
We're freaking. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Wait,
Five.
so wait, do you mean? Wait, you're telling me that I have to guess or I have to do it regardless?
yeah.
Just take a guess.
That's what we're saying, yes.
2006.
Chris Cole.
Here's assault.
I have no idea.
How do you do it?
You just pinch it.
What's the answer?
It'll pop.
Well, you don't want to take a guess? I'll give you one hint.
So you guys are
They're
making me
really
do it.
good at fakey manuals. 5, 4.
Fake Emmanuel.
Brad Hayes.
Yep. That's exactly who I was going to say.
That's incorrect. Day one song.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, here we go. So he's pinching.
Pinch it and give it a
it'll
whiff.
pop.
Come on. There you go.
There you
There
go.
it is.
Don't hurt your back.
Whoa!
Okay, he's
Yeah.
ready to go. Now he's
Holy
locked
dick
in.
balls.
Did you?
All right.
Oh my god.
Did you sniff hard?
He went for it. You don't have to go for it. Okay. All right, focus up. We're locking back in here. What skater is quoted saying, "Word around town, Magnum's what I fit"? I'm going to finish the quote because it's fun for me. But you're first.
Yeah, you're first. You'll be
Word
answering.
around town, still they often rip. Word around town, still don't got no kids. Kelly buzz first.
Yeah, Kelly.
Yeah, Jeremy
know.
Rogers.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That is correct. So Kelly's is 2-2.
We're all tied up, 2-2.
Okay.
Close game, folks.
it's the salts that's helping out.
Yeah.
All right. Who did a switch backside 180 down the Love Park Fountain Gap?
Oh my God.
Don't
I
touch,
don't know
don't
what-
touch that cable.
Keep your hand there above it. Yeah, Brian Wenning. I was there.
correct. Okay, this is an unfair question as well. Who double kickflipped the Brooklyn Bank set?
I'm going Kelly. There'll be a slow
Tim
mo.
O'Connor, dude.
Don't I technically get it right just for being me?
That's not Silk. Silk's our judge.
Definitely not giving you.
I knew I
a
did
trivia.
it before Kelly because I landed it and I'm like, yeah, I just did it.
It's a game about reaction times. Smelling salts are known.
All right,
Yeah.
focus
True
up. We're
reaction
still
time.
going here. What pro skateboarder is from Westchester, Pennsylvania?
Bam Margera.
That's correct. Okay.
Mike Maldonado.
Oh damn, keep going.
Yeah. I
keep
mean,
going?
it was. Those are both acceptable answers as well.
I know.
Okay, what is the very last trick in PJ Ladd's part in PJ Ladd's Wonderful Horrible Life? Who got
I'm
it?
going Kelly again.
Kelly?
Tray flip.
That's correct. I
knew
tray
it.
flip or
A push.
I was gonna say those are both acceptable.
okay,
like two
okay.
acceptable.
Is a push a
tray
trick?
It's a push and trick, dude.
Who invented
That
the push? That's my question. I got a question for all of you.
Yeah.
Who invented the push?
Fuck. I have no idea.
5, 4,
You gotta do a salt.
3. Wonton animal chin.
Wow.
No, I don't know.
It's like, wait, you know this?
Okay. All right. Next question. What year did Brian Anderson get Skater of the Year?
1998. No.
19. Never. You can.
I'm not gonna. I don't. I'm
We
good.
gotta do assault now. You gotta.
I'll do it because now I'm
Wait,
curious.
can I guess? Can I
You made me
guess?
curious.
I'll pinch it for
Yeah,
you.
you can
I know the answer.
Kelly
Then
steal?
if I was wrong,
That's already going. So I already pinched it. Just give it a little whiff.
ow!
Those are screams. of
Ah,
joy.
stop the
Everybody.
recording! Just kidding. Whoa! I'm going back in.
That was a fan. That was a
Yeah,
fan.
just keep
That was
doing it.
in.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this for a bit.
Wait, is this? It's like cold and shit.
Yeah, it hangs out for a little
Cold?
bit.
Yeah,
What
keep
are you
it
talking
near you. You're
Like,
too
Whoa,
hot.
my eyes are
Hold
watering.
on, hold on
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Yeah.
It turns cold.
Holy shit! Ask a question now. I'm fucking firing on all
All right,
cylinders.
here we go.
Told you.
Who has last part in the Element World Tour video?
Donnie Barley.
That's correct.
Damn. Okay, you're like killing. What is you?
Legitimately
I was gonna.
firing.
I know everything, Kelly. It did get cold. Sorry, the thing
up-
about me,
he's up
Kelly,
by
is
one.
I know everything.
Well, we have 2 more questions. How much is he up?
Ooh, it feels.
It's up by 2.
Up by one.
Is that thing
Up
Oh, is it by 1?
Up
Okay,
by
perfect. I get to run.
You're good. Everything's it's
You're
natural.
wet.
It's organic. It's
Okay.
grass fed. Who did a nollie backside heel flip down the Lincoln set in San Francisco?
That's Kelly.
Really? I thought Tim had it.
I thought it was me.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one watching.
I've never been wrong. I always say I'm going to do it
Silk.
slow-mo, and when I'm editing,
All
I've
right,
never
Silk's
been
on it.
wrong.
Silk's on it.
Silk.
Jerry Sue.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right, so we're all tied up. Heading to the last one.
Wow.
And it's a fucking meatball, so you guys be ready with the buzzer. Who's the first skateboarder to do the loop?
Tony Hawk.
I think
He
it was
said
Tim.
it first, that
I
he
was
thought it was
going.
first.
I was going to go with
I
Tim.
was so before you. I saw you pushing after I was like this.
I was going to go.
I
with
could
Tim
do it.
already.
Fine, go ahead.
I could do a tiebreaker.
In my book, Tim just won, but do a tiebreaker anyway.
Yeah, no.
I just
dude.
thought of this question.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
matter. There's no rules.
I think Tim's going to get this anyway. Who invented the lean air?
Neil Blender.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Wow,
you won.
really
That's
ran
for
away.
sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think you did hit the thing first.
I did.
Okay,
It's not
okay.
a thing. It's, yeah. I know I did.
You can protest to Silk if you want after the show.
No, that's all right.
Feel free
Well,
to-
are
you
we
can-
on?
you
Do
can
you
text
guys
me.
do
Yeah, text
slow mo?
Wait,
yeah,
are we-
I do. Yeah.
Are we on
And
video?
you'll be both
Yeah,
on the
we're on
screen at
video.
the same
We
time.
got
It's going to be.
cameras.
Is
yeah,
there a
we'll-
camera
we'll know.
pointing at me? What is
Yeah,
happening?
yours is over
hide
there.
them.
Yours is to the
Oh,
right.
okay.
That's your
All right.
camera. You can look right into it if you want to be like a politician. That's kind of how they talk.
Yeah.
Never seen doing that.
It's crazy at 9 Club, our cameras are so in the face,
Yeah.
like in your face, and you can't even see them.
I didn't
They
even think
used
you
to
had the
be-
cameras
they
on,
always
actually.
Used to be like
Yep.
that, yeah.
It's cool.
Lizard King's the only one that looks directly in the camera when they talk.
Oh, we're like in Lizard King's backyard right now.
We are, yeah.
Mike Plum.
Yep. That's actually, we have a Patreon question about
Yeah,
that. Why don't you-
excellent segue, Tim. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
We shout out all the Patreon members.
yeah, thanks for
We
people that
appreciate
support
your
us.
support.
You guys kick ass.
Where's this question? Oh, Benny Pellegrino.
Yep.
Shout out Benny. Kelly, we have to know the answer. When the hell is Mike Plum getting on the 9 Club? We need the king.
Sorry.
Tim, you got that?
yes.
I do.
No, I've definitely talked to him about it. Would love to get him out. I think the hard part is just like here, if they're not here physically, it's hard to get him on the show. So if he's in LA,
He lives in California, though.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know. We haven't reached out because I saw him at the airport once, and then I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, let's make it happen.
Okay.
Is there a part 2 to that one?
There is a part 2. Yeah, I think this was for Tim. Yeah, Tim. Please tell us your most memorable moments of filming for Eastern Exposure. Which video is your favorite? 1, 2, 3. Lastly, how much of an impact did Rick Oyola make on East Coast skateboarding? There's
All right. The favorite Eastern Exposure is 3, of course, because I'm in it. A good memory from it?
That's a tough one on the spot, I got to say.
Yeah, I don't have one off the top of my head.
Like, what was filming that like? What did you? Was it not like a lot of? There was random nighttime footage. You
How
just
old
go
were you?
out and like.
Yeah, the video, I mean, I could, I don't know. I don't have like one specific like favorite memory. But yeah, just to more what you're saying is the video was basically done. Like Bobby Pulio was going to do a part, and I was going to have a trick in Bobby Pulio's part, like a trick or two. And then it ended up being that I was around more, so Dan Wolf was filming with me, and then I got the part. And then Bobby had a trick in my part.
Oh wow!
Yeah, kind of flip flop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just I was just happened to be around, but the video was basically done. I kind of filmed it in a short amount of time, and I remember for me not loving my part is because it was like I was like I can do so much more. That was just whatever. Like I think maybe later my skating showed more, but for me it felt very basic what was in there. I was fine with it, but whatever. As a skater, you're as anybody, as skater, snowboard, whatever. You're most picky about yourself, you know. But yeah, I don't have like one great memory in particular, like some seminal moment that happened.
What about the Ricky Oyola question?
Oh, Ricky Oyola. What was it again? His influence on the East Coast. How much did he influence?
Yep.
I think a lot. I think he and like in that video mainly kind of really changed people from like just skating one particular spot and kind of adapting that style of like skating through the streets, linking spots together and everything, and just maybe looking at stuff a little more different than people had been looking at like typical street spots up to that point. You know, just kind of. I always loved skating with Rick because we would skate some shit that I'm like, this thing is fucking random. Like I would not even look at this thing because it's a piece of shit, but like it does look cool. Like when you see a photo of it and video, but just to hit stuff on the way to something, it was cool. It was fun.
How old were you filming that, and what boards were you skating?
I was 17 and 18. and definitely skating Zoo York boards at the time. I rode for Zoo at that time.
Yep, cool. That's amazing. Was that your first like major part?
Yeah. It was my first major part. Yeah, that was like, and then from that, premiered at a trade show in Long Beach, California, in I guess '96, and then like from that, then I got sponsored by a bunch of other people, and yeah, it's kind of like I was introduced to the skateboard world at large from that, yeah.
And then Element came along, and then you were skating. Was it Xavier and the there's a couple different shoe companies in that.
I rode for everything.
Well, Etnies, you were on Etnies.
I rode for Etnies, and then Emerica started, and then I rode for Emerica for a bit. And then after that, I think I just bought Nikes for a bit. I skated Air Force Ones a bunch. I wore the Element World Tour video. I wore a lot of Air Force Ones. But then after that, I rode for Vita shoes.
Vita,
and
that's
then,
what I was trying to think of.
That was in there somewhere. And then
iPath too? Didn't you ride for iPath?
iPath was later. Yeah. I rode for Xavier. I rode for...
You had a pro shoe on Xavier, right?
Yeah. Xavier, Nike Light. It was Nike Light.
That was a crazy company. It was like, I think a little too ahead of it. Like, the time was like, people didn't get it, I don't think, yet. It was too advanced.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, the shoes, like, wouldn't even, like, you would wear them probably for, like,
they would
3
last
months.
for the rest of your life. Like, they
Not a
were
good business
bulletproof. No, yeah. It's like you bought one pair and, like, you're good. There goes, this is the shoe that you wear forever. I remember I would swap out shoes. I just got sick of looking at a certain pair, but they lasted forever. Like, they actually did an amazing job. And it would have been awesome if it kept going on, but then, whatever. Fell apart.
All right, we're going to talk about Arbor. I like what Arbor's got going on these days. They're doing big things. So Arbor has been making high-performance snowboards for nearly 30 years with a little thing called craftsmanship, and they do it with a conscience. These guys were on the sustainability tip long before it was cool, using real wood top sheets, eco-friendly materials, and giving a damn about the mountains and the planet. They're backed by one of the sickest teams out there. We're talking Jared Elston, a.k.a. Big Air Jer, Mary Francois, Red Gerard, who just won an X Games gold, Brian Iguchi, Danny Cass, and many others. Arbor Snowboarding is resetting the standard, blending high performance and sustainability with precision, power, and purpose. So whether you're straight lining like a psycho or going full dummy in the park, Arbor's got A-grade boards and bindings that you need to ride your best. So check out Arbor. They got a lot of cool stuff going on. Now, do you find yourself slowing down a little bit in your older age, maybe getting off hill a little earlier? Well, you could be dehydrated. 75% of Americans are dehydrated. And that goes up when you're at elevation, when you're in the mountains. So I drink Bubs Hydrate or Die hydration packets. There's 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes. There's no added sugar. There's no artificial flavors. Let me tell you, when I'm hydrated, I ride better. I can ride longer. I have more energy. All in all, my vitality is just better. So if you're interested in picking up some Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die, head on over to bubsnaturals.com and use promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off your order. And stay hydrated, people, with Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die. Cool. We got a guest question from Scotty Stevens, who's, Scotty.
Yeah.
Legendary snowboarder, incredible skateboarder, even more phenomenal tramp skater. If you've ever seen his footage on a trampoline skateboarding, it's...
I have no idea.
Yeah.
He's really good at that.
It's fucking insane. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hey, Tim. My name's Scott Stevens, and I have a guest question for you. I'm a big fan. Actually, in 1998, I was at True East Skate Park in Springfield, Mass., and you showed up with Donnie Barley, and you guys ripped that place up, and it's stuck with me ever since. But my question is, the back 180, where you over-rotate and you kind of land in a fakie Smith, or whatever it's called. I've heard it named a scoliosis grind by maybe yourself. Did you invent that? What made you think of it? Or who'd you see do it? Or how'd it come about? But anyways, excited to listen to the episode. And keep it up.
Well,
he couldn't take a break. He said trampoline. He just jumped in.
Where are these questions coming from? I didn't know I was coming here until like 5 minutes ago.
Exactly.
You got questions loaded up?
Oh,
You
yeah.
guys
We
are
got
good.
people everywhere.
We've been
We got
planning this
people
for
everywhere.
Years, Tim.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. Yeah, I'll answer that. How did I think of it? I fucked up doing a back 180 fakie 5-0, popping out in the middle, and went into a little fakie Smith. I'm like, yeah, that's a trick. So I did it. And then, I was twisting my back up and shit. I'm like, that's a scoliosis grind. I think I had a venture ad or something in there, you're always in the caption, you name the trick or whatever. I'm like, it's a scoliosis grind. Just, let's call it that. And that's, nobody else has ever called it that since. So,
But no one's ever really done it since either, I don't think, right?
I know, that's how good I am.
I feel like that could be like a vert trick, probably.
Yeah, people do invert, like kind of alley-oop.
Yeah.
But I think you
There's
might,
a vert guy that's not listening to this, but if he was, he'd be punching the fucking sky.
Yeah, you are 100%. Vert guys are angry. They're all like
Screaming in traffic.
If
listening
you
to this.
call a trick like slightly wrong, keep my day. We would kill people that named that wrong. Yeah, the worst. But they're all probably dead now. Vert guys,
dude.
they're old. Hey.
Oh, those guys that would say
I'm not nobody beats Father Time. Like,
Yeah.
you're going to die one day.
Got a 5-year plan. What is it? Don't die. Let's pump Tim's tires for a little bit here.
Okay.
Let's go through NBDs because I feel like you got a few.
Me? Okay.
Nollie late shove.
Yeah.
Thank
We're gonna circle back to that. The scoliosis grind, but I feel like back 5-0 front shove pop out maybe.
The Timmy.
Yeah.
It's somewhere along the way. You know what? A big influence on me, even though he was younger than me, was Brian Wenning, like doing all the pop out tricks and stuff that. But then, I saw him doing pop out tricks, and then I started kind of coming up with my own. And I always like just doing stuff out the hard way. I'm like, no motherfucker's gonna do this because it's just weird. And then just see if I could do it. And some of that stuff fucking tortured me though. Like trying certain tricks, like in those metal edge ledge spots, like where it was such a perfect spot, you had to do the hardest trick ever on it. And it was a lot of like throwing cards in a hat where you're getting super close but never getting that proper right away. So that's a lot of
What
just like
else?
think the hard way out. How's that? Okay, let's try to figure it out.
What any other tricks that come to mind where you can claim right now?
You know what? I was the first person that I never saw anybody else before myself. I'm sure somebody else did it, because not everything was documented. Before like smartphones and stuff, but like I never saw anybody else do a backsmith front 180 out, even off the end.
Oh, yeah.
And I did that a bunch, and then I did it in the middle of the ledge as well too. And I'm actually surprised, that I hadn't seen anybody do that before me. It just seemed kind of
Did it seem easy? Did it seem easy once you did it for some reason?
Easy enough, but like people did back 5-0 front 180 out off the end. It just seems logical.
Yeah.
But people are stupid. It's right there.
You know what? I saw him do.
It's low hanging fruit. I'm gonna fucking snatch that shit.
Yeah, I saw him do. That one day at Barcelona, we all did shit that one day.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 19.
Yeah, you tray flipped over the keyhole thing. Yeah,
I filmed my last trick and it's official, and he did backside flip fakie 5-0 pop out.
Yep.
On that metal ledge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then Brian switch front shoved off the 4.
Yeah, that was a fun day.
Yeah.
You know what Wenning also did that day was blindside, fakie nose grind, and then switch heel out in the middle.
Yeah.
Like perfect. He did it on the metal edge ledge, but not super good. But then he did it at Mach Ba, where it looked even better on like the granite
Mach
ledge.
Ba?
Mach Ba.
Mach Ba.
I don't know why I said it like that.
I think I've never heard anyone say that.
Mach Ba. Dude, my
So he did
nose
that
is
at
running from the.
Mach Ba.
Yeah, these things are like.
Everybody looks shiny around the nose right now.
There's one that got away though. I feel like it's in the bonus of something. I don't remember what, but it was back 180 fakie 5-0 and then like frontside half cab pop out.
Oh wow, you're good
on the metal ledge.
You're good. I don't even know what that was in. That was probably just on the internet.
It's on the
In the
internet
middle?
now. It was on a VHS.
In the middle?
In the middle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on that-
you land on it and like tic tac away, but it was the one that got away. It seemed like
That one definitely got away from me for doing it good.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody else has done
I've never
it good.
seen that.
early out, like
I don't
off
even,
the end,
what-
people do it. But
you were good. You're good.
well, you're good. With my help, you get the best.
That's a pretty deep deep dive. I mean, that's I think that's just random.
Well, I graduated in
internet footage.
05, so I'm right in your demographic. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm right in your wheelhouse. Kelly.
Me and Chris grew up watching you skate, dude, for
shit.
sure.
When I skated with you,
I know that was weird that I started skating with him like later. I was like, well, I'm hanging out with these guys. Like this kid from Laguna is skating with like Brian Wenning and Tim O'Connor, and like I was like,
It's funny, 2 guys from New Jersey.
Yeah, I was just like, whoa, these guys are cool. But yeah, thanks for being nice to me, dude. That was
Yeah.
I remember I did a Tampa, and I suck at contests, and I just went because I wanted to try it. Just started skating after breaking my foot. He was announcing I'd met him, and you were roasting everyone, and then you let me go.
I did.
I fell on a kick turn. I fell on a kick turn on a quarter pipe. You're like, that's all right, Kelly. Don't worry about it. But I was like, thank you, God. I would have like. Just
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I probably was just tired. That was like a Tampa Am.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what I was getting into. Like that, I was talking for like 4 days straight. By the end, like of those things, my throat was just bleeding. Yeah, it was insane. I don't even know how I talked that long.
You're still doing it, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys both did the Olympics, right? Were you a MC?
Yeah, I did all the live announcing for the 2020 Olympics, or 2021 it was, and then also the last one's 2024 as well. Yeah, just the live stuff. I didn't do the TV
to the
stuff.
audience, basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I remember because I was doing this, I did social media for the skate stuff, and that was when COVID was going on. So everyone you couldn't be out doing stuff. But I remember being far away and the BMX was going.
Yeah.
And they were doing the medals. I got hear distant in the next one. Coming up, and it was Tim just announcing, like how nuts is it that Tim is announcing the Olympic stuff, like the gold medalist.
Oh, they had me do the medal ceremony, which was like, what was that thing? Well, Japan, the sovereign nation. I'm like, what? Are you know what I was originally hired for?
And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like, dude, he could easily slip up so bad and say something nuts.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Diarrhea. Like, yeah, totally. And don't think that isn't going through my brain. What if I just uttered this?
Don't say diarrhea.
It is.
Don't say diarrhea. Don't say diarrhea.
Yeah.
Did you judge?
No,
you were there. I swear to God, you were there.
I mentioned it, I think, on the last episode I did.
I forget.
No,
dude,
are you kidding me? I was like 4 years ago. It's hard to remember sometimes. But basically, since someone complained there was like a conflict of interest since I work for brands.
Got it. That's what it was.
And I'd help put a lot of that together. And so they were like, hey, you can't do this, but we got this for you over here doing the social media. It's like, cool, I'll do it. So I just wanted to get that under my belt. It's kind of like, first time skateboarding Olympics, I'm happy to be there.
Cool.
That was weird because it was COVID and everything was locked down, and Japan was even more locked down than the US at that time. But like, we were there together, but I like barely saw you.
I saw you like the last 2 days.
Yeah.
We were there for 3 weeks.
We were there
I saw
so long.
The last day, he comes in after everything's done. He's like, whoa, Kelly's here?
Yeah.
I was like, huh.
Yeah, it was, you had more fun. I was locked in a room. I saw photos of you like at the Italian house. Like,
oh, yeah, I did do that.
I didn't get to do any of that shit. I sat in a room and...
They didn't take you to do that? They like had segments of like days where they like took like the, whatever's, I don't know, like some employees and then the judges, and they since the people that own the World Skate or Italian, and so they had ins to the whole Italian house. It was like going into some heavy Italian type stuff.
I went to it.
Can you
this
elaborate,
time in
please?
Paris, and it was amazing.
It was like you walked in there and
You've seen Eyes Wide Shut?
It's pretty much that,
but Italian.
But Italian, but not that at the same time.
Yeah.
No, it's just like you see all the crazy athletes in there, and then it's like just champagne everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just like anything. It's just anything goes.
Adrenochrome. All the stuff you've heard about.
Tom Cruise. It was sick.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Tom made an appearance. So for judging, one thing I think about too, you're not judging. We already talked about that, but you've judged a ton of stuff.
I judge street leagues still. Tampa, all the damn AMs, all the younger, like whatever the amateur competition stuff. Yeah.
What about how do you deal with? Because I've judged stuff, and then there's like the people that feel like they didn't get what they deserved from their judging.
Yeah.
and they're all bent out of shape. And now you got coaches, and you got right.
Yeah.
How is dealing with those people coming up after you if they think you didn't get it right?
You know, I'm
Let me interject real
go
quick.
for it.
Yep.
I love doing the street league stuff, and the crowd. The crowd. This happens at everyone like multiple times. The crowd just all boos the judges.
Yes.
I mean, I love it. I love it.
No, but you'll like say something back to the crowd because Tim, like I could see Tim, and like Tim will like he'll look at us, and then he'll say something funny to the crowd. Like, but in street leagues, I don't think people understand this because people, a lot of people, they look at what's going on and they see a trick go down, and they just want to see nines.
Yep.
They don't know. Sometimes some skaters trying to get to the next next round, they just need a 7.4. And they're trying to do something that gets them that next round. That's it. They're not trying to get a 9. But since they see 9s and that person gets like, all right, I just want to do this kind of not mediocre, but get to do that trick. They do it, and the crowd starts booing at us. I'm like, no, and the skater's all happy, but they don't understand like what the skater's trying to do, and so and then they look at us like we're giving a bad score. I'm like, no, that's exactly what he should get, and he's stoked. That's what he wanted to do. So I think it's always interesting that they don't understand that sometimes.
I love it. Yeah. Sorry, I got you off track because you were asking what about when the skaters themselves?
Yeah. What about you get cornered?
Like
have you ever been cornered?
Yeah, I have a few times, but not like this was more in the World Skate days when it was like really serious.
High stakes.
It was high stakes. There were some people.
My family will not eat. If you
luckily
give me too low for my kickflip back lip.
Luckily, I wasn't the head judge for most of that, and so at that point, whoever the head judge was would get the thing because they would make a formal complaint, and then they would go to whatever, and then they had to go talk to. I think it was Scott maybe at one point. I can't remember who. Or the Milligan. Milligan was one. Milligan's basically it.
At some point, somebody had to pee into a vial, and that had to be tested.
Oh, dude, there's all that stuff, but I'm going to call Andrew Nicholas. I love the dude, but you know Andrew?
Yeah, of course
He came up screaming at me once, and I didn't really know him. Yeah, and he's like, and I'm like, and Porp or George.
Yeah.
George will do that too. He's like, what? And I'm like, hey, dude, it's all good. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just, I don't, and I'm just one judge. Like, I fully back what all of our like judges together do, but
yeah,
it's okay.
There's typically 5 judges, and out of 5 judges, there's 1.5 high school diplomas. Yeah,
I'm the one. I have one. I did get one.
Just kidding. I would never want that job. That job is
horrible. It's a horrible job.
That is the most thankless gig ever right there. Like
Nobody cares if you get it right, but everybody's there to tell you like if they didn't think you got it right, even if you got it right.
I think over time the judging has gotten a lot better, and we actually we've always cared. But dude, it's like it's all based on personal opinion for the most part and what's going on in the state of skateboarding, and it's wild. So everyone has their own perception of what they think a hard trick is, so they can go nuts. I came home from the last street league and Roger was like, dude, how did you give back 3 this and a laser flip got that? I was like, laser flip's way gnarlier.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would think more people, I think back 3 is hard. I physically can't do either of them.
For some people, a back 3, it depends on the person. But
totally, but it's more common. Back 3 is way more common.
People, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And even as somebody that could do back 3s, you could be more consistent with a back 3. A fucking laser flip is fucking random. He's just good at it because he does it a lot, and he's fucking
doesn't make
good.
it any easier.
But there's a whole lot to go wrong with that.
And I'm not saying that you're wrong and I'm right. What
do you mean?
Okay, that's right. Okay. But I mean, that's just the way that I personally think, and the judges have thought at that point. You know,
most controversial call that you can think of that's really debated. There's got to be one.
Debated. I don't know. I honestly, maybe the last time we were here, I think Nigel got upset that he got a certain score when he cab flip back lip this little bump to rail.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think he came up to us afterwards and was talking, but we talked it out. It's all good.
Was there one that in hindsight maybe so-and-so should have won? Like, this should have been the deciding factor?
No,
like,
that's the one thing I'm glad when I look back at everything, especially after I've been super heavy into it, and I think every outcome has been perfect. I swear to God.
Holy shit, this
Bold
dude.
claim.
Yeah,
So much. This dude
but
was
I trip
talking
out, dude.
There's gonna be a
shit.
lot of
we
angry
tried
comments
Before
on
we
this.
got on the mic, the shit he was talking. I'm just kidding.
Dude, it's like I always trip, but I give mad respect to like the umpires and like the referees in basketball. Like, dude, you're doing your best to make the best, like to be
course.
fair and make it
Yeah.
right. And there's no one out there trying to fuck shit up. That's for sure. Like,
Yeah.
So
It's insane to do in real time as well.
Yeah, you got to make a score. You got to make a decision quick, right? You got to get it
Yeah.
in. You can't sit there and deliberate for hours.
yeah, it's not. And I have notes and everything that I have to like understand where we're at with like where that person did it and how he did it and what score he got compared to like how that person just did it. So it's not like we're just like making something up on the spot and it's like, oh, I don't know, fucking 8.2. Like, it's like we're very dialed in. We talk about it beforehand. We try to get a hold of it. And it's funny too. Sometimes skaters you never know what they're going to do. Because I know it sounds simple, but sometimes they come out swinging with crazier stuff than you ever thought. And that usually happens in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Gustavo Ribeiro, sorry to yap, but like.
No, it's
like,
a podcast. What the fuck are you talking about?
Gustavo Ribeiro coming through in the last one, tray flip, nose blunt, big spin.
That was that one. That was the, like, as far as just the gnarliest shit ever going on in a finals, that was the gnarliest one I've seen.
Yeah.
And I think even those dudes were surprising themselves. You know, they were like, oh, holy, like I can't believe I'm riding away right now. You know,
Yeah,
it was insane.
The
I think
level's fucked up.
It is. I can't even believe it.
I think that's the last one in Miami was the most nines I've ever seen. And it was like literally, I don't even know how to explain it, but like they were just going back to back to back to back. You landed, I'm landing, we're going back and forth. There was no like, there was no bailing almost. It was it was like I have to get a 9.2 to win. Nyjah come through at the end to 9.2. Like that was it. Like it was no like, oh, let's just give it to him. It was like, no, that was fucking it. Like,
yeah,
he did
and
it.
any other day, like those top 5 dudes in that one all could have won any of the other events skating like that, you know?
And also depends of like who's landing shit and who's not. Like the one Felipe Gustavo won in Australia, he killed it, but like fortunately for him, he was landing stuff and some other people weren't. And so that throws him right up top and he won. He did an ollie flip front nose to win. And it's like, yeah, he deserved to win. It's
Imagine being a kid nowadays, right? Like I grew up, it's like kickflip 5-0, like you're a god, you know?
Yeah.
Now you're like, okay, I gotta learn, I'm 11. I gotta learn 3-flip nose blunt big spin on like a 13, you know, or like or Yuto's like nollie 270 to the nose.
It's whatever they're doing in Japan, like the minute they're just born. Just splattered out onto a board. Soft spot and all. Like that's what they're doing. It's working. I guess that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is all relative, right? Like there's stuff that you were doing at that age that people a few years older than you would have been like, oh my God, that's insane that you could do this at that age. It's the 4-minute mile. You see somebody do it in front of you and then it's attainable, but just constantly breaking that barrier, being the first to do it is always the hardest. And really until you know it's possible, it's damn near impossible.
It's same in snowboarding, but the Japanese are just dominating. Like, or they're just starting them young. That's got to be it, right?
Starting young. Japanese, also for skating in particular, they ride smaller boards, which makes sense. And you'll see people in the States, like little kids riding bigger boards and stuff like that. Like they should be riding a smaller board for sure. That's definitely a factor.
training. Like they're training at a young age.
They're smiling at you. But then they're like quietly like the fucking hardest motherfuckers on earth. Like they are gnarly. They're gnarly as hell, you know? They're tough mofos. Yeah, they're good as hell. I love it.
Yeah, like I was talking to a friend of mine that he's from there. That kid Aimu, who's like the shit, right? You know what I mean? He's like one of the
Aimu Yamazaki.
Yeah, like Yamazuki. Dude, he's one of my favorite skaters out right now. But he's just like, yeah, like there are like a lot of street skaters. He was saying,
is this the kid on Primitive and S?
Yeah, well, no, he's on New Balance now.
Oh, he is.
We couldn't. I know. I was
the one that got it. It's like the back 185 piggyback.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
That's the one that got away.
Good callback.
That was good. I think street skateboarding is super hard in Japan. They do it, but it's like there's a lot of security and they have to skate like at nighttime a lot. So I think a lot of skateboarders train at skate parks a lot. And they see what's possible. They see whatever's going on. They see Yuto now, and they're like, I need to learn that. And that dude, what Yuto's doing is for, like, there's people doing his tricks now. The Nollie 270 lips, all that stuff. They weren't around before he was here.
What happens when that one goes south?
What do you mean?
Just, I don't know.
Caught up on that one.
You're off by a little bit. Yeah.
Like it's fucked. I don't know, the precision.
You're broke.
You're done.
That guy has insane control. I always trip because Brazilians were the ones that came out. We're like, oh my God, Brazil's ruling.
Yeah.
And then Japan came in and they're ruling.
All the acai bowls.
Yeah. Well, what is it? What is it now for Japan?
Oh, maybe ramen, sushi. Yeah.
Ramen.
Sushi's good.
The 7-Elevens there got all kinds of amazing.
If you don't land this trick, what is it called? Seppuku? You don't land this, you cut your finger off.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
A
like
lot at stake.
Yeah. You gotta
I know in China they're definitely like, I think Danny Wainwright's coaching him and stuff.
there's a couple of people.
Yeah.
Danny Wainwright, Rodrigo is out there, right?
They train, they literally go.
Tim, I think you'd be a good coach.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah.
That'd be the worst.
I think it'd be
to be dead serious about this.
Actually,
the whole reason I love skating was because I was like,
imagine being anyone that doesn't speak English and you're a kid and you have this dude talking to you, like this fucking they can't understand you, but you're just like
yeah, but
there's getting translated. I was like,
I know my audience.
But what do they do? They're like, all right, you got to do 10 kickflip back nose blunts in a row before you leave the park. Like
some
a
of them
normal
are doing
sport?
stuff
Is that
like
a thing?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's specific to that weird Olympic thing. It's compartmentalized. It's something else. But then you know what? As you have throw a bunch of people at that, you're gonna have somebody that probably comes out of that that's like a John Cardiel that it just like absorbs the culture, gets fully into it, and really just makes it their own. But yeah, you're gonna have these other people that are just robots and like they're on a skateboard and doing tricks, but they're not skaters per se. If that makes sense.
elaborate on that, please.
Yeah, give us a name.
Yeah, I wish I had a name, but we're not going to remember those people because they're not memorable. You know, it's just you see how I got my
Media training.
but hey, Japan though they do their contest stuff, but they do it in the streets too.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
They have a really good balance of being like legit street skaters and contest skaters as well, which I don't know how they do because usually people in the past have oh, you grew up in a skate park. You look like it. You skate like that.
Dude, you know what's great? We on that same kind of level, Carlos de Andrade.
Yep.
We just had him on the show, and we were talking. I'm like, oh yeah, wait, you've never even had a video part before.
Mm-hmm. Oh really?
You never thought he had a little a minute and a half part in like a digital video.
I had that
wow,
video.
No way.
Yeah.
But it was all skate, and that's cool. Like the dude is super sick. He was always dope, but oh yeah, you were like a contest guy.
Yeah,
now
that you're saying that, I'm like, yeah, he was insanely good.
But that's how it was back
video
then.
part.
It was usually
not
you were
particularly
contest
tall, if I remember correctly.
No, yeah, definitely not tall.
Okay.
He was Baby Omar. He kind of looks like Omar Hassan a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. We call him.
You ever met
Omar.
Larry?
Larry?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
It's Omar Hassan when he gets drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the New Balance guy that got away, Aito?
No, Aimu.
Aimu, I forget his name. Have you seen where he puts his feet on kickflips?
Oh, yeah.
It's
like
like
Jeremy
a fucking
Ray.
heel flip situation
Yeah.
going on. And then how does that work?
It's like, do you remember Jeremy Ray does kickflips like that?
I do. 100%.
Yeah, okay.
Totally agree.
Literally, like his foot's hanging off over here.
Jeremy
right?
Ray would do a frontside flip, but his foot was set up like a
front
heel flip.
like a front heel,
Yeah,
almost
totally.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does. And I think he wears a size 8 feet. So so he puts his foot on. I don't know. It's just the way he does
sense
it.
to
But
me.
that's how it gets all that flick and it catches the board. That kid's flat ground's unreal.
It's good.
Yeah.
The shove it over the bump to bar in the primitive video in the line.
Oh my God.
Can we talk about that for a sec?
Well, it's like I love. See, that's what skateboarding. That's
That
why I was-
one's just like, oh, I'm a pop. Give me a good pop shove.
Yeah, I mean, because you
know?
don't see them too
Happier,
often.
I'm like a pig in the mud. You know.
I think skateboarding doesn't have that much anymore. Where like a person comes out and everyone's like, "Whoa, who's that?"
Yeah.
Like it was when Wenning came out, when PJ Ladd came out, Mike Mo. Like when I moved,
Nice references.
Yeah.
Nice references.
It's like
They're almost a secret, and then they come out with just this banger of a first part.
yeah, and like everyone, it changes their like trajectory of like, oh my God, everyone knows who they are. They get deals right after, and then
That and then drugs right after. So, yeah.
I mean,
Really, it does. It changes the trajectory, right? That's what we're saying. Oh, we're recording? Oh.
yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. All right, we're going to jump into another section of the show. We're going to change gears here into Name That Video part. Jingle. Now you guys are in.
Wait, can I get another one?
Here's a friend.
Wait, does it go away over time?
Yeah, it does.
Like how long does it last?
Like 5 minutes, maybe. Tim's all in. He said, quoted, I have nothing to gain from giving an answer right now. Now he's got everything to gain with these. All right, the first question is for Kelly. I recorded this with my phone because I couldn't figure out how to rip it on YouTube, so the quality is atrocious. Good luck.
As always, is let skate and do the tour. My memories are of just sheer annihilation. Wherever he went, he made me proud. And still remains my favorite skater of all time.
Tom Penny.
Yeah, I was just going to answer. That's why.
Oh, do I have to do that or no?
You gotta say the video and the segment it was in.
4 and 1.
That's correct. What issue?
Oh my God!
Come on, Kelly.
I don't remember the issue. That was the early one. That was when it was.
I'm just fucking.
You have a lot to lose here. There's a lot on the line.
Wait, do I have to do this?
No, you just got to answer the question.
Oh, okay. I don't remember what issue it is.
You want to hear it again?
I know it's the industry section.
I'm gonna play it again.
For flip industry section.
That's correct.
In a Tom Penny, it's
411 number 11.
That's incorrect. But
I don't to answer the what number 411 it is like me
really hard.
telling you when this came out on the internet. Like the 411 was the internet to me.
And that I was like from like 15 to like 40. I'm really good at, but this is before 15. Am I not? 17? 16.
just according to the YouTube caption that I ripped it from,
Is it like a best of or something?
it says 30. It said 4 and 1 30.
No way. That's very wrong. It must have been a best of or something like that.
Wait.
The internet's wrong.
Was that the one where it has all the
Silk,
ams in it?
Google me right over there. What are you doing over there?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I just kind of
Issue 3 is my favorite one.
That's what Scott Stevens said. He's like he always talks about issue 30. You should rip something from 30, and it's like Jeff Rowley talking about the flip team and how proud he is of them.
So was it Jeff Rowley's? He's a profile.
It's a Jeff Rowley profile 4-1-30.
You were showing that is the weirdest one to do. I like it, but you're showing me
scare.
A video. It was an intro to someone's part talking about somebody else.
It's true.
Yeah,
I was trying to.
I was like, wait, was that the flip
I was
industry
throwing you
section?
off my set. Off
Because
the scent.
there was a flip
Trying to
industry
throw you off-
section
yep.
with all the AMs earlier, and then there was the Jeff Rowley's last part.
You got it.
Okay, so
you win you got a palm hole participation award.
sick.
Yeah, you get some stuff. You didn't win it.
I get sweat in this stuff too.
You can sweat in it. You can sweat right through
That's yours, yeah.
it. Yep.
What did you win?
You have an opportunity to win or get a participation award as well. This one's for you. Again, apologize for the atrocious quality. So listen carefully.
All good.
Here we go.
Oh, you know this.
What video?
Yes.
Questionable Pat Duffy.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's a clean one.
I didn't even get it wrong. I'm still sniffing.
Yep. Well, you won this thing right here. You got some bomb hole merch there. Yep.
Yo, I was afraid of this, and now I'm all in. This shit is
that's
good.
what I'm saying.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
available at bombhole.com.
Yeah, get after
Run
it.
through a wall smelling salts. Okay, this one's for the listeners. Do not answer this, okay? This is for the listeners. If you know the song and the video segment and the part, actually you just need the video and the video part, and you get a sticker that says, I want to name that video part, and all I got was this stupid sticker. So there's not really a lot on the line.
There's a lot on the line.
Here we go. Okay, thank you guys for playing. Name that video part. All right, we're going to talk about Herschel outdoor equipment. You may have seen them. We give them to all of our guests that win Name That Video part. Pack them full of bomb hole merch. They are sleek, and they're introducing a brand new performance line for travel and the outdoors. They got Alpine inspired and designed with multi-functionality for the first chair or last minute flight. I personally use all Herschel gear when I travel. I use the roller bag. I use the big roller bag. They got great backpacks. And the one thing I like, you can take your backpack and slide it over your roller bag, and you can be a true pro traveler. All their stuff's really well made, and they're building a team. They got Arthur Longo and the Dust Box on board already. So if you're interested in getting some sleek new travel gear, check out Herschel.com. Okay, people, we're talking about Sunny G's sunglasses. We're talking about the Smith Optics Hookset Sunny G. And this is my daily driver. I had to go get this thing from my center console of my truck. It was smudged, and they're still holding up strong. They're polarized, not polaroized. Don't get it confused. And it's just a good pair of sunglasses. When you look good, you feel good, and life is just good. So if you want to look good and feel good, get the Smith Hookset sunglass, and you can do that at smithoptics.com. And we got a special offer for you guys. If you use promo code BOMBHOLE15, it'll take 15% off your first order. Again, BOMBHOLE15 at smithoptics.com. Save yourself some dough. All right, the folks over at Yeti made another great product. We're talking about the Hopper M20 soft backpack cooler. Now, this thing is a cooler that looks like a backpack. It's got shoulder straps, and you're hands-free with this bad Larry. You can go anywhere. And it's summer coming up, warm weather. You know what's nice on a warm day is an ice-cold beverage, maybe a sandwich. So you can load this thing up with all your drinks, all your food, chuck some ice in there, and then it's got a magnetic seal at the top so you can seal in all that cold air, load it up full of beers, and you are a golden god on any adventure. You're going kayaking, you're dialed. You're going skateboarding, you're dialed. You're going on a hike, you're dialed in. So check out the Hopper M20 soft backpack cooler. The Hopper M20 is the cooler that goes where other coolers can't. Get dialed in. Silk, should we fire up a couple Patreon questions?
Yeah, I think it's probably about time. We have this question from Carl Pollard for Kelly. You always seem to be genuinely stoked on anything and everything and are always hyped for others. What's your secret to keeping up that level of positivity? Also, what's your secret for tray flips? Mine are soggy, and I've always admired how consistently crisp yours are. A bit of a two-parter.
Soggy tray is a tough thing
Before
to
you
deal with.
answer, I will say that Kelly, one of my favorite flat ground skaters of all time.
Oh,
For sure.
wow. Thank
Okay,
you.
just
Genuine.
before he answers that,
Whoa, thank you.
top
Wow.
3 favorites flat ground skaters of all time. Go.
Kelly, Kelly is somebody that I would have referenced in the past that like every flip trick that he does is crazy proper. Like his hard flips.
Flippy.
It flips the
It's
right
flippy.
way. It's
Yeah.
flippy. It's not like an up and over pancake. Favorite flat ground skaters, Mike Carroll.
Whew. Okay, you got 2. Now you got
Kelly
one more.
Hart is a good one. All right, now
We can do a Mount Rushmore. We can make it 4 if you need
I
to.
that's good.
think Mike Moe is a
Mike Mo Cabaldi.
Yeah, dude.
You got to put Mike Moe
Okay.
in there.
Mike
There's
Mo's
probably more.
gnarly.
There's more. You could always do more.
All right, so that's top 3. All right, that's good.
PJ Ladd.
That would be a Mount
PJ Ladd
Rushmore.
was
That
my
would be
next one
4.
to
So
say.
that's Mount Rushmore. All right, you go now, and then answer the question.
Oh, wait, can it be different or the same ones?
Doesn't matter. There's
Okay.
no rules.
Whatever you want to do.
PJ Ladd, I really liked Brian Wenning when he was skating that, like, he was just switch trays. It was like, what? How do you do that? And P-Rod is and Mike Mo. I think those, like, PJ, Wenning, P-Rod, and Mike Mo.
Okay.
All good. I concur.
Yeah. Okay, now answer the question. I forget what he asked.
Yeah, first question about
Positivity.
what's the secret to keeping up that level of positivity? Run through wall spelling cells.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's not like I practice this like thing. I don't know. I genuinely like to laugh. I find humor in a lot of random things. When like this guy is like, I'm trying to.
My eyes are watering right now.
I like laughing, man. I don't know. I think I don't know. I really don't know how to answer that. I like really weird humor. I mean, we have these group chats. It's like craziness. You know what I mean? Like that new Tom Segura thing.
Yeah.
That is the wildest. I was crying. Okay, I'm like crying laughing at that stuff because it's like insane. And then I like Tom Green and grew up like Tom Green. I just like laughing. I don't know. Fucking Mark Normand to fucking.
He's awesome. He's the best. I'll go back to the Tom Segura show. For anybody listening, we're going to plug it for no reason whatsoever. Bad Thoughts on Netflix. It's out now. Tom Segura show. Yeah. It is incredible. If you haven't seen it, you're blowing it.
It is.
That's basically what everybody's private group text is.
Exactly.
It's what we're all doing, but not saying in public. Even during all of cancel culture and all that stuff, it's over. We're free.
I think that's kind of why he's doing it. That's what I feel like.
Yeah. You're in California where you guys are probably still a little more uptight and everything, but the rest of the world, we've moved on.
Oh, really?
Are you in New Jersey?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
The tray flip thing.
Yeah.
Dude, this just literally repetition like a psycho. You know what I mean? You just skate.
Where do you put your front foot?
Yeah, walk us through it.
How do you do that with such like a wild mid question, dude?
Sorry,
I interrupted you.
No. I don't care. But how did you do that big question?
Oh, I keep it a little further away. I keep it a little further away. More like I'm just like it's like wine. You know, you don't just chug the wine.
Yeah, you're not taking a shot. You're
sample.
You're taking a sip.
It's like
sampler.
Good breakdown.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a sip. I'm gonna take a sip.
Yeah, do a wine.
It's wine tasting.
Like,
You're not getting blacked out here.
There you go. Yep.
Well,
ease it up.
Yeah.
I first do.
You're not blacking out. You're having a respectable.
You put your foot kind of. You put your foot. Dude, it reminds me of swimming in a pool, dude.
Yes, it does. Available at bombhole.com.
Yeah.
Okay, continue with the front foot.
Front foot, dude, to be fair, you could put it anywhere you want. I
love that.
I love that. I would put it like right below the bolts, if recommendation on that. But the back foot is everything.
Oh, yeah,
scoop it.
Talk about that.
Then what?
Where do you put the back foot?
You know where I put it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In that sweet spot.
Yeah.
It's right there right in the little corner.
The little corner? Right in the pocket?
Where's the front foot?
Right above the bolt. Right above the nuts and the bolts. Yeah. Or right below it.
That's the best place.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just got a nice tutorial there.
Yeah, it was good.
With the assistance
tray flip after
of
this.
Tim.
Yeah.
Well, I got the little kid trays. I learned them so I still keep them a little close together, kind of.
Yeah.
And I catch a lot of flack for that. I like how you just get choose your own adventure with where you put that thing.
Yeah,
I don't agree with put it wherever.
I don't
Don't put them close together like
Damn
that.
it! Damn it, Tim!
Definitely don't.
You need to relearn it.
Damn it!
You need to relearn it.
It is
you're unlearning.
Forget what you know and just start from scratch.
When people start talking about skating, they're like, there is no wrong way to do it. There's all sorts of wrong ways to do it.
Hell yeah! I like what other wrong ways are there to do it? Any pet peeves?
Pet peeves
in all of skateboarding?
Yeah, what are the worst tricks?
I mean, 99.9% of people that are on a skateboard. Yeah. Everybody skates. I like 4 people. Yeah.
Wait, so what are the worst
if you
tricks?
truly love something, you're
worst
that
tricks,
picky.
Worst
you're that
tricks,
picky.
rules you shouldn't be breaking.
Yeah, that's hard as well because sometimes certain people can do a trick that it would be illegal. And if the right person does it, then it's then the discussion is open.
Yep. Yeah.
What would you say? Like you could, damn, this thing kind of travels. Like a not only late shove it, like That was
fire.
Cool. To do it one time, and that one thing was super sick, and we're like, "Whoa, that's cool," and it was good looking. But you're not going to keep doing that.
No,
you know what I mean. Like,
no, you should beat.
You know what trick I would have thought was. You know what trick I would have thought was illegal at a certain time was laser flips. But then Mark Johnson did some that looked super good. And then somebody like Deshaun does them, makes them look good. But there's a lot of people that would do them. Usually, you know what? Prior to that, anybody else that would have done them just had a horrible style, really, for what, it's if you have a good style, you can get away with murder.
Yeah.
I mean, Mike Hayes was the first one that I remember. Remember in the Alien video? But he didn't really have a bad style, did he?
No, I mean, he just did it in that. No, it's not that. I'm thinking more
like recent.
Later.
Recent
I can't even
years?
think of names. It's just like some random 411, some dude from fucking like Switzerland doing. I was like, no.
How'd you hurt your back, Kelly?
Yeah,
I was taking a photo. I went into the hotel room and I saw my nice little Skull Candy bag.
Right before you came here.
Right before I came here. And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm gonna get a photo of this just to like post in my story. And I went, oh, like it just that little move. And I swear I have back problems and it happens like every like 6 months to a year. And it just goes out, dude. And like it hurts.
That sucks.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a rough weekend.
I know. First
a lot
day I
of
get
sweating,
here,
a lot of
people
back
that
pain.
don't know, I just sit outside because I was sweating profusely for no reason.
And also, back pain is directly correlated to your sweating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did learn that earlier.
Yeah. If my back hurts, I'm just sweating.
You guys definitely learned that. I learned that.
Yeah.
Well, we know because your sister's an orthodontist, so it's got to be
periodontist.
No, periodontist.
Okay, that's
Which is what again, Tim?
It is. They deal with the gums. They deal with the gums.
Free braces, dude.
Free braces, dude. Free braces, dude.
No context.
Does your sister ever deal with people that have what do we say? It's uppercase gums, lowercase teeth.
Wait,
People that have giant gums and then little baby dolphin teeth.
I don't ask her what she deals with at the office.
Does
dude.
she ever help? No, really?
Oh, wow. Hey, what's happening at the office today? Getting you weird teeth? Like,
I mean, it's going to come up like today. Yeah,
Dude,
100%. That is the conversation. That would happen.
We can patch her in if we need to. I
Can we patch her in and talk
we have
gums?
Bluetooth capabilities here.
My dad was an ER doctor. He's retired. He would tell me wild ass shit.
Okay, tell us something.
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us an anecdote.
He was like, oh yeah, it actually is a weird one. Well, they're all weird.
A lot of people shove stuff up their ass. Right?
Here we go. He was like, he came in, the guy was some dude, it was like a frat boy or something, and he had one of those red like solo cups. Jammed in his ass, and inside of it was a hard-boiled egg.
What? Wow, this really is
I
weird.
swear, yeah.
You weren't kidding.
Yeah. Like, so he had to like my dad's like, I'm not gonna ask him how.
The whole cup and
The
an
whole
egg?
cup and an egg. If the egg was
the egg
inside.
is in the cup.
Yeah. Wow. So that, but it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
What?
And okay, this is kind of funny. And like, I always like, those little the play balls you get at like, or you would jump in at McDonald's, like the play
ball
pen.
pit.
Yep.
Some dude put one of those in his ass.
As he should.
And my dad had to get it out, and he cleaned it all up. And he wrote, you know where you park in the garage, you have the ball that hangs down? He put guess where I've been.
No way. Really?
That's fucking sick.
Your dad?
My dad. But like, dude, even doctor, dude, he's like super nice. Like, he can be really funny sometimes, but like, that's pretty funny, dude.
That's
For him,
hilarious. Your dad rules.
Yeah.
You got to know somebody's ass. That's right.
Yeah.
You'll never guess.
Finders keepers.
I'm just saying, man. They have their own humor, dude. I mean, imagine being a doctor, seeing all the shit you see every day. It's like,
Sounds awful.
I had a not like a coffee table book, but like a toilet book. Before phones.
yeah.
You just read books on the toilet.
I've heard about it.
You had one that was just all weird stuff that was shoved up people's asses, like a Buzz Lightyear toy, and it was just like an X-ray of like you could just see the
No
Buzz
way.
Lightyear and stuff.
Wait, it
like
was
that.
a book of like
It
photos
was a book
of it?
of just like X-rays and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, from I guess doctors. I guess
You want to
People
plug this as well as the Netflix special?
Yeah. I don't know the name of the book. It's good. Good read. Good read.
We'll Google it. We'll find that out.
Yeah.
Why don't we hit that Corey Conville Patreon?
That's what I was thinking too.
No, I thought of it first though.
I've actually been sitting on this one for quite a while. I'm gonna switch it around. I want to start here first. What's the best tray flip ever done?
Wow, nice, good question.
Yeah,
Silk.
maybe we could do like
Can
a specific one, and we could talk about like a person, maybe who is your favorite tray flip. Yeah,
That's
whatever.
That's one of those ones like depending on your age.
Yeah.
Because you probably have a different one from me. Oh, go on.
Can I chime in? Again, no credibility in this space. Like to just jump in between. I'm sandwiched between some highly credible specialists.
Yeah, go right ahead.
But this one's going to be polarizing to the audience. I'm just going to go ahead and say Wade D. It's official. Barcelona on flat.
Yeah,
A
I remember
polarizing tray. But
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
You know, for me as a kid, that one. Whew,
That's what I'm saying with the age.
Young
it's like,
Buck, I believe, maybe the song.
For me, because I'm older than all of you guys, it's going to be Jason Lee.
Woo!
Jason Lee had an elegant tray flip. But yeah, that's an age thing. Like I was like right in that sweet spot right there. But when Wade was doing it, of course I couldn't appreciate it. But like, I'm taken already, guys. Yeah, you know?
But like, it's funny because when I was there when Wade did that line. So that I remember watching that. I was like, we're like, holy shit, that was insane. With Jason Lee, it was before my time. But I remember like skating for a couple years at Josh. So my answer is Josh Kalis.
Yeah.
But after knowing
nice
that
answer.
and watching Josh for so long, I learning from him like by watching it. I went back and watched old videos and I was like, Jason Lee was so far ahead of his time with the way that he skated and like the way he was doing tricks. It was like he was like 4 years ahead of his time. I felt like like his style, like his tray flips and stuff like that. Because I guess he was technically the first person to do a tray flip. That's what I think he said.
You're on
think
record saying that right now.
It's
Just so
probably
you know.
Rodney Mullen first, but then
I think he said on the 9 Club. I think he said he did it, and like Mark Gonzalez picked him up or something. Okay, I don't know, Tim.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I have no idea. I remember Steve Ortega doing one in H Street, Shackle Me Not. But maybe Jason Lee did it before him. I have no idea.
He was the first one to pop him.
Jason Lee's definitely looked way better.
Yeah. I think Josh, over the years though, I would say Josh kind of like holds for most people.
Yeah, he had a great tray flip. Yeah.
I think people would say his comes to first.
Mount Rushmore trays?
I think he's mine. Yeah.
Mount Rushmore's 4.
He should be up there for sure.
Is there like a number 1 president?
No, they're all on the same level. It's kind of just 4 names.
Oh, okay. PJ Ladd, Mike Mo. It's on the same flat ground.
Mike Mo got a great one. Yeah, well,
old Josh.
I would say your tray flip in Barcelona. I remember being like, "Damn,
we already did this. Didn't
that was pretty." No,
flat ground. We did
we're talking flat ground, but I mean that makes sense. It's somebody that makes something look so good on flat ground to whatever do a tray flip over something. It's going to look pretty good as well.
You want to go through your Mount Rushmore trays?
Jason Lee for sure. I'll say Mike Carroll. Ethan Fowler.
Oh yeah, he had a good one.
Ethan Fowler had a really good one. Who else had a tasty one?
I'm trying to think in like that.
I might be on an island here. Mark Appleyard. That
what's funny?
I was always a fan as a kid.
He has the worst one and some of the best ones.
Well, we're talking about your feet, putting your feet together.
Why I liked him. That's why I liked him.
It's weird because he didn't normally do him like that, but in that one line,
in photosynthesis,
for whatever reason, in that one line, he did it that weird way.
It was like literally like connected.
Yeah. Who else? I need one other person. And when you're on the spot and you just start drawing
Jocelyn
a blank.
has
Dude,
some
I was just going to
trays,
say.
like some big trays.
I would say he can huck it the best.
Yep.
He can definitely huck it the best.
Westgate's got a good tray.
Yeah.
Brandon Westgate. He's great ones. Great. I'd put him up there.
Last minute Mount Rushmore. All right. Why don't we get into that Patreon, Silk?
Yeah, the next part of this question, thoughts on twin boards. Seems like the twin tail boards are super popular right now.
My little thing to that is that it would drive me insane because I'm so used to this guy.
It's good.
It would just drive me nuts not knowing. Me personally, have to have like the front and the back, and so like the back truck is different than the front.
Same.
And so I can't, like as Shad says, he can just throw his board down and whatever, which way it is, it doesn't matter. He just goes. Mine, if I did one way, it would go completely one direction. And if I went the other way, it'd go another direction. So I don't know. It makes me feel weird.
Yeah, there were certain tricks like I would do off the nose of the board. So yeah, it'd be, if I constantly skated a twin board, maybe it wouldn't matter that much, but like maybe I do varial heels, but then I always do it off the nose of the board rather than the tail for whatever reason. This is a completely pointless conversation right now. I realize as I'm talking about it, splitting some unnecessary hairs.
Yeah.
What size board did you skate in Eastern Exposure?
I have no idea.
Like a 7.1, or were you on the minis, or were they?
I honestly, if my life depended on it, I have no fucking clue.
Okay.
No clue.
What about Element?
The size of my, but again, I have really no idea.
No idea what size board you
In the
skated.
7 range, though, right? It would be in the 7 range.
Like, are we talking 9.5? We talking?
You're definitely
No,
not
not 9.5.
You're not
I
in the
mean,
eights back then.
when people were riding boards that were too big, I'm like, you guys are idiots because
Okay.
you are limiting what you can do, and they didn't do shit. You're gonna do a carve and a crazy carve, cool, like nice. You've
Good luck.
completely cut yourself off at the ankles of what you can do on a board now because the thing's too heavy. I have no idea. Back then, I would just eye it up. I mean, I'm an idiot. I probably should have measured my board and known the specs. Like, this is what I like. Showed up. I'm like, this one looks a little off. That one's the right size. But I have no idea.
So real board tech guy over here to our left.
Well, dude, like the alien boards were like super steep back then. I remember.
Some of them, I guess.
I never
know.
I rode one alien board and it was like pretty. I had a dipped whiteboard and it was like crazy steep. I just remember that.
Yeah, I liked some of the steep ones, but you know what? I think that depended too, as well, like where you got it, like where they were in the press as well, right? Like that was definitely. I mean, that was what was told to me. I didn't watch the things being made.
I mean,
I don't know what
these guys didn't
I skated
care.
9 million of them. I didn't even think about it. If it didn't feel right, I just went, threw it in the garbage and put on a new one. I had so many. It was insane. They sent me way too much product. I had too much to use. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
What about you, Kelly? 7.5 back in the day?
Oh, for sure, 7.5. And then it gradually got up to like an 8 was the biggest. I tried it a little bit. I was like, nah, that's not going to work. Because once you got past an 8, a lot of boards, the wheelbase got bigger.
Yep.
And that's when I was like, this is super weird feeling.
I don't even know any of that. I know now. I know what I skate now more so, but back then I don't.
I just had like a
What
board.
do you skate now?
8.125.
What do you skate now?
7.875.
Oh my God. Do you get shamed? Do you get skinny boards shamed?
I don't even care. You can't shame me on that.
I feel like
dude.
people shame the skinny boards.
I think they used to because everyone's like, oh, dude, I got an 8.5. Like, oh, I got an 8.75 now. I'm like, fuck, I don't care.
Okay.
But like,
You haven't been a victim of shaming.
No, you know what's funny? I love seeing like someone like Andy Anderson who's so detailed about what he wants and what he's trying to improve on a skateboard. I like that. When you're just like, because he actually makes changes to boards, and when you're just complaining and not figuring out, that's what I don't know. I can't do that because that's what when you go through board madness, that's a really horrible part of your life. When you can't find a shape that back then,
agree.
yeah, it's like literally the worst.
Yeah.
I've gone.
Well, if I knew what I rode, I probably would have been able to get through it faster. I had no idea.
Did you even know what you were doing at all back then?
I don't know, but I knew I was killing it. Yeah, no clue. No clue.
Oh, no state.
All right, let's talk about this new gig you got over, because it changed owners with Soul Tech, and now it's owned by the Nidecker Group, and you're managing 3 brands.
Sports marketing for Etnies S in America. Yep.
Yeah. How is it?
It's good. It's definitely. I've wanted to learn and grow in that space.
You said sports marketing?
It's what they.
What other sports are we doing?
Well, I like sending things to I send stuff to baseball players.
Really?
Yeah, and then sports. Yeah, I'm a big baseball fan.
Sorry,
I love sending shit like comedians or something like that. But like technically, if you go to Nike or Adidas or wherever, they have that same terminology. Like their team managers is sports marketing.
Yeah.
I'm just being an asshole.
I know it is,
sorry.
but anyone would say that. Any skater would be like, dude, sports marketing, fucking. But just like he did.
So, yeah. The whole reason I love skating because it was not sports.
Yeah, I understand.
But somehow it turned into sports right now.
But it's been really fun. I think it was an eye opener for me because the gates were opened, and so I started getting emails from all these different oh my god, I'm doing Etnies is the biggest brand, and I'm just starting that, so that's a bigger one. And so now I'm getting all these emails, trying to do trips with the America guys, planning stuff with TJ with the shoe coming out. It's like you're always kind of doing something. Oops, sorry. You're always kind of doing something with that. Before S was like it's a smaller brand. We didn't have a lot of resources, and we just kind of had fun with it, me and Don Brown. But now I have a filmer on board, we have a photographer. It's like we're actually like doing shit.
You guys have budget again.
We finally. I know it sounds crazy, but yeah, for the past 10 years, I never really got like budget beginning of the year to do anything. It was always like, we can do this, like try to make something happen. Now it's like, hey, we got it for the rest of the year. This is what you can do. Go handle it. And we're like, cool. I got a cool crew to work with. The product, they hired people to come in, new people, and people that were always there are working with these new people, and they're making really good. I'm not just saying the new shit coming out for next year is fucking really good. And so it makes me happy to see that like the shoes are getting better, the quality's getting better, new designs, bringing old school stuff. Like that's the cool thing we have is we can bring back old shoes. And it's cool to work with a new crew too. So it's been fun.
Crazy. And you think about the shoe space, you got like, it's kind of like Nike, Adidas, Cons. They're all like, there's not really that many homes, right? There's a lot of skaters looking for shoe sponsors, I'd imagine. Yeah.
Well, it's like they're all taken by these big dogs, but I think a lot of companies are chilling, like trying to shave off what they have right now.
It's crazy right now. There's some incredible skaters right now that don't have like a legit shoe deal. Skating's weird.
Yeah. Well, because how do you it's interesting, right? It's like you're put on the team and you're to sell product. And I heard someone say the other day, I'm not gonna say who it was, but it's like, dude, no one's selling shit anymore. You don't know who the fuck's selling anything. And you're like, wow, it's kind of interesting to hear from someone like at this caliber. I was like, yeah, that's interesting. Who sells shit? You're like, fuck, I don't know. Like people come out with shoes and you wonder if they're gonna go off. Like it's not even like if the name thing. It's like if it's a fashion thing and it goes off into the other world. The Janowski goes into another world. I mean,
shoes have always kind of been like that.
Yeah,
there's been so many that, not so many, but a handful that it's like it almost didn't matter whose shoe it was, but it went off. Like I mean, D3, or. Certain ones just went off, and it wasn't because it was their name per se. It was just like this shoe just took off.
Chet Thomas said that Chet 4, I don't know if that was a big shoe for Globe. He's like,
I have no idea.
I thought you were gonna make fun of it, but
no. I mean, I didn't pay attention, but
yeah. But like I don't know. There's certain shoes like that just take off. I don't know. It's just an interesting space.
Yeah,
right now.
I was with Etnies. I was with them for a long time, and I remember I forget the puffy shoes that they sell at the mall. That
this is like the Cali Cuts. They have the Kingpin, and it's like
maybe it's the Cali Cuts. But I remember I was kind of like making fun of them, and they were like, "Don't make fun of that shoe. That shoe's the reason why you have a job."
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Dude, a lot of these companies are funded by these things that skateboarders aren't even buying. And like the skateboarders don't even understand that sometimes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I remember.
Yeah, it's people like whack shit, and that funds cool shit.
Yeah, but like back in the day, wasn't necessarily whack because at that point, like when I was a kid, everyone in my junior high and the high school was wearing Etnies S in America, or mostly Etnies and DC and DVS.
Yeah,
and those people, all those the guys and the girls wearing it,
you're from Salt Lake City.
I'm from Boston, or just outside.
Did people wear that in your high school?
Yeah, puffy shoes. Exactly. Like Menokamati era and all that. Like everybody was wearing S.
But they wore it in your. That wasn't like
not everybody. It was skaters. I guess the skateboarders were wearing S in America.
Skaters, yes, for sure.
But in Southern California, because I was right there, it was all the girls wearing Etnies.
Yes,
it was like it was mostly Etnies.
That would blow my mind as a guy from New Jersey that would go to California and I'd see non-skaters wearing
Yeah.
skate shoes, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? It weirded me out. But yeah, very, very different.
Yeah, I think a lot of shoes, like, they have the Excel, a lot of skate shoe companies had really good skate shoes and they would sell to the skate market and they would kill it. But then you had those other ones that were going to, like, I don't know, was Zoomies even around back then? I don't know. Like
PacSun was popping.
Those ones. That's why we recently just brought back the Excel to like its original form.
Yep.
And I've been complaining for 10 years about it, and they finally did it. So thank you guys. I'm really happy.
God,
but
imagine. Yeah, continue.
The story is that they, at that time, like those companies were making big shoes like DVS and DC and especially like Osiris and all that stuff. And they were making those huge shoes with the logos on the side. Everyone was wearing them. And S didn't have that. And they're like, the brand team at the time, they were like, hey, we need something to compete with that. We have our shoe that's a bestseller. We could make it into that. So they made it like the toe bigger, rounder, tongue puffier, sidewall. So they just made it bigger to put it into that category. And I remember getting the shoe. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? And it just blew my mind. It was the most perfect skate shoe, like the way it was formed. And now into that. And I was like, yeah, but okay. We skated it, but then like PJ skated it, I skated it for a little bit, and I was like,
did it work for them?
It worked a little bit because you did it because that's the shoe that you knew.
Yeah,
it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's just like you had this thing that was perfect, and then it just got changed. You're like, but you're still used to it. You love that shoe, so you're still going to work with it. Then over time, things changed, and then like just the way people dressed, people wearing vulcanized shoes came in.
Vans started booming.
And that puffy shoe was like completely different than what the vulcanized shoe was. So that was a whole different realm now. But anyway, I'm just kind of glad now that they listened and they were like, cool, we're doing it. And so they bring it, it's like, should be out by now with the Excel, the original form. But we try to get as close as we physically could to the other one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I started off in that conversation, but I'm
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Who cares, bro? Podcasting.
Podcast.
Just talk.
Yeah. No, but no, I don't know. The shoe game right now is definitely wild, and I always trip that skateboarding is the wild, wild west. Everyone can try to make their way. And the people that are so good sometimes that you think, or you're like, that guy does all that and he can't really support himself.
I would say like all the people that rode for DC, so many amazing skaters, but like may not have the greatest shoe deal right now. That should be getting paid out the frame, that are like the essence of skating. I don't want to name any names or whatever, like call anybody out. But yeah, it's weird. It's weird when somebody is the best and is like, in my mind, the essence of skating, and my mind's right. Aren't like the guy getting paid and all that. But again, people like big ass puffy shoes at that time, even though they were horrible. People like whack shit. It is what it is, and they're paying for it. Like,
I mean, we all, to an extent, we all were wearing big shoes at one point.
Oh yeah,
all of us.
Of
Tim,
course.
Yeah. I'm not gonna deny it.
Yeah, but it's funny how it came back a little bit, like recently, the nostalgic part. But that's the crazy thing is that like it's a lot of our generation buying that stuff. A lot of the kids are learning about it, but they don't get it. I feel like, but some do. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, crazy to think with skating too, just the amount of like saturated talent that's out there. If you think every local skate park, there's a kid hard flipping the 12 or whatever, and just there's like so many. Like you go on Thrasher, there's just like some fucked part of some kid I've never heard of every day. Yep. Or a clip on Instagram where you're just like, holy shit, where it seemed like both of you guys, like the glory of the VHS DVD era of like, if you're in one of the videos, you're the fucking guy. Similar times.
That's his time for sure. I mean, a little later in mine, but if you were in videos at that point and you were with the right crew, dude, you're
I love a less is more scenario where when you got a video, it was like extra special. Wait, you know what? As human beings, that's the way we're wired, right? Like a delayed gratification is actually better, but it's just not the way it is now. Everything is instant. So it will be hyper progression from that. So that's good that everybody can see anything instantaneously, no matter where you are in the world. So like if you had the ability to progress, you can do it now because you can see it immediately. But there is something that is taken away with that delayed gratification aspect, where when you see something, it doesn't feel as special. It's watered down. But yeah, that's just the state of the world now, and there's no stuffing that genie back in the bottle. It's what it is. AI, you'll be our overlords and submit to you.
Damn. Yeah. Skateboarding. I mean, I always trip that someone can be that good, but it just because you can do tricks it doesn't mean that you deserve anything.
What's the kids' nostalgia? Because I'm rifling.
Sorry.
Just cracked a new one.
We all named shit that VHSs that we grew up on where, we're talking about our favorite tray and it's because it hit our nostalgia strings. Like the kid, is it going to be like that viral tray flip nose blunt from 2011?
You know what I think it is I think it's going to be more on the YouTube side of
okay.
Yeah, like I think like I asked a flow rider for Etnies maybe like 2 months ago. I was like, hey, like who's your favorite skater right now? He's like, oh, Brian Arnett. I don't know if you know Brian Arnett is. Actually a super cool dude. He's a YouTuber. He skates. But he's more like he skates. He's not like trying to be like this pro skater, but he's a funny guy. He does out like not jackass type of stuff, but like funny things. And he's like, yeah, that's my favorite skater. And I'm like, oh, it's like you're not watching like a Jamie Foy. Like you're not watching that.
Interesting.
It's like they're watching what's like a Tom Asta or something like people.
It's what you're gonna have to ask younger kids.
Yeah.
Just a couple
like where they're going. Like, I mean, if you're older, you're cut from a different cloth. You're not going to relate in the same way. But yeah, that's what you got to do.
But people are
and then you're saying that name and it's off my radar. Like
we're just a couple boomers in here, just trying
a couple booms.
but they're changing. They're changing so quick though.
Yep.
It's like that dude like for 6 months and then it's like I don't know. I mean, I honestly, I'm trying to think of like what would I like if I was a kid. I don't even know what I would.
Here's the deal. I'm gonna bring full circle Element World Tour demos. It's the live band. You see the live band?
I think demos are great. Yes, nothing replaces seeing it in real life in front of your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me as a kid, again, it's hard to relate because it's like everything was so few and far between. But seeing somebody at a demo kill it's just like it's sitting with me now. Like it's just such a lasting impression. That was something even during my whole career as a pro, like even if I felt like crap, whatever, if I was at a demo, I really tried to skate and like, because I knew it might be the only time these people see you, Because I also went to demos as a kid and they're like somebody was being too cool, sitting on the sidelines, smoking a cigarette. And I was like, weak, like it's lame. Maybe they were hurt or something. I have no idea. But it was like, it left an impression on me that I tried to be different when it was my turn.
Cool.
I think social media took the demos away for a while because
it totally took it away. There's not such an incentive to travel and do that stuff. But yeah, maybe it should be revisited.
I'm personally pushing stuff like that. It's just, dude, when you meet someone in person, there's nothing better than that.
A fan for life.
Like
fan
you still trip out when you message
100%.
someone. Yeah. When they message back, you're like, holy shit, that's crazy. But when you meet them in real life and connect like that, like that's
one sentence.
Yeah.
Is like they'll hold on to that for their whole life. I have.
And sometimes they gotta have sex with your sister.
Oh my God, dude.
What? You never did that with somebody's sister? You gotta get in touch with fans. I think I saw a guy once that did it.
All right, we got a Patreon question from Jordan Mead. Tim, give us your favorite Fred Gall story.
Oh my God. Fred Gall, the best. The best. All right, let me see if I can think of a story that's good but isn't going to totally compromise him. All right. I don't know if Fred has a woman right now or anything. So, all right, one time we were in, I'll just tell it. It is what it is. Was in Asia with Fred Gall. We were in Macau. Macau is like an island nation right off of mainland China, about close to Hong Kong and everything. It's like the Vegas of Asia. It was like a Portuguese colony. It has like a Euro vibe / again, like Vegas / Asian. All right. That being said, Fred Gall was there. And this was when Fred was not sober. He went out. He was, I don't know what he was doing. Who knows? I was sober, trying to get a good night of sleep so I could go skate the next day and everything. Fred came back with somebody that, how do I word this? A woman of the night.
Okay.
But Fred did not partake. He instead ended up just hanging out with them and got cornrows.
Nice.
They came in, hung out with him. I went to sleep. I woke up. Fred had cornrows. And it was absolutely insane. There's probably more to that story, but I'm trying to walk a fine line right now. The Fred Gall stories go on for days and days and days and days. But Fred's sober now. He's doing great. Best dude ever. Heart of gold. Who asked that?
Jordan Mead.
Okay.
With me as
Do you
a young,
have any?
I had the one time where I kind of had met you guys earlier, right before I went to Barcelona. It was my first time. I have a photo with me. Ian Reed has a photo, shot a photo of me and
Fred?
And Fred at Manolo.
Oh, Manolo,
it's just me and him, and I'm like, how the fuck do I have a photo of me and Fred Gall at the bar?
Best.
Yeah, but I think he was just like drunk, and he's like he was all stoked on this, like that I was there. So he's like, fucking Kelly Hart. And he's picked up a chair over his head and just fired it in the bar. But that was it. Like it was just like simple as that. Like you're just like, you never know. I didn't really get to know him that well. He was always super cool with each other. But
Heave a chair.
he just heave a chair.
He's like almost like a kid or like a dog that is just so pure of heart and so genuine, and he just loved partying. But there's no like, what you see is what you get, and again, a heart of gold. I think we're just attracted to people like that are just so insanely comfortable in their own skin, and there's no ulterior motive to him. He'll just tell you what he wants, and it was mostly drugs at that time.
I feel like that's what a lot of the New Jersey guys are. You guys just say it the way it is.
Yeah.
Or the way you think, not the way it is, the way that you think it is.
Well, it's probably self-fulfilling that we were all, inspiring one another and feeding off one another to some degree. For me, I can draw a clear line of like, the way I am is, partly my upbringing, siblings and stuff like that, but like my group of friends of like, being crazy wise asses and growing up near New York City and being a New Jersey person from New York City, almost being an outsider, and seeing people in New York City that thought they were too cool, but they didn't realize, this crew of kids right under your nose are way smarter than you and fucking destroying you like a centimeter away from you, and you were.
Are you talking about skateboarding in general, or?
Skateboarding in general. It's just like just being that kind of raw, kind of I don't know, just wise asses. But people are like that everywhere, you know, like.
No, but East Coast is particularly there is a bluntness and a sharpness and a grittiness to the East Coasters generally.
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up in it, so I can't really say specifically. Yeah, I just I don't know. Yeah, other people would be a better judge of like of why you're that way. I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. I don't know. What are we saying?
I don't know what we're talking about. But we got another Patreon question. This one's why don't you hit that Thomas Portet one, Silk?
This is for Tim. As you're getting older, are you feeling more and more attracted to transition skating, or are you still loyal to the streets?
I always loved everything. I think if you get older, transition skating is definitely easier on the body. That is for sure. That is a reason you'll see fat old guys dropping a vert ramp, able to do a couple backside airs and stuff like that, rather than jumping down some stairs and everything like that. But I always loved everything. I was always, as long as it was skating and somebody had a good style doing it, I loved it. You know.
Do you remember his third eye view part?
No.
Okay, it came out before the World Tour video. It did for sure, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But he has a section in there that's mini ramp.
Yep.
And that's one of my favorite parts, and it's fucking all just mini ramp.
Yep.
Thank you.
That was really. And he had a
World
good,
Tour is the same, destroying mini too.
Yeah, so
That's
he's
good
always
for the demos.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Keeps them entertaining.
Yeah, he's always been good at it. You know what I mean? But I guess over time, though, it makes it easier in the body that you at least you.
Yeah,
like for me, I'm screwed because I've never learned how to skate it. So
if you learn it at a younger age, it's definitely much more forgiving on the body. Like you rather skate a smaller transition and just kind of cruise around and stuff like that.
Kind of like
street skating's harsh on the body, man.
For sure. I'd love to skate your little mini ramp out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We skate stopped it with the sauna. So
there was a sauna on your concrete mini ramp.
it's when you know you're a boomer. You're getting old.
A little long in the tooth.
All right, we're going to take a quick intermission here to talk to you about our good friends over at Pub Beer, who just happen to be the official beer of questionable decision-making and cheap fun. That's right. You heard it here first. Whether you're just having a couple, maybe you're watching the game, Pub Beer's a great option. Cheap fun. Maybe you need 50. Did you just get dumped? Pub Beer's got you covered. Cheap fun every time. Pub Beer.
Okay, people, breaking news. Bombhole's doing Adult Camp Week at Woodward, August 10th to 15th. Now, if you're an adult that wants to go to summer camp, learn some new tricks, and have an awesome time, I highly recommend checking out Woodward Copper. We'll be there bringing the vibes. We're coming through with Seth Hewitt, Joey B, how you doing, myself. We're going to be having a blast on hill. They got some of the best coaches on planet Earth. It's also for all ability levels, whether you're a beginner, new to park riding, or you're an advanced rider. There's stuff for everybody. They got all different size features. They got the indoor facility in the barn. If you want to chuck on a rollerboard into a foam pit and then take it to snow, they got you covered. Great skateboarding setup. There's golf. You're at high elevation. The ball flies very far. So I recommend checking out coppercolorado.com, signing up for adult camp. We'll be there again August 10th to 15th for Bombhole Week. We'll see you guys there. All right, we're going to get into hot takes. This is, I think you've already been through this once, I believe. But we're going to do it again. It's just a series of questions that are semi-short-winded answers. You can elaborate if needed. First question. Who is your skateboard GOAT, your greatest of all time to you? Tim, why don't we start with you?
There could be two. Depends like what time, what age you asked me at. I'll say my all-time probably Mike Carroll. Yeah. For me.
I think the most influential for me, like just when I saw him skating in videos and like, I don't know, I could relate to him maybe because people said I looked like him, but it was Brian.
Yeah.
With winning, like when I was growing up, like he was that dude. He was like, he looked like me. He like did switch heels, and I was like, whoa! And he was doing hard and like almost inventing new shit at that time. So I was like, he was to me.
Minor, you both had a little hunch going on.
Yeah, the hunch I had a little hunch going on, especially right now in my back. Dude.
He was crazy innovative.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I think that was probably mine. Yeah. Okay,
would you consider skateboarding an art form, lifestyle, or sport? Tim?
Me?
Yeah. Sports, kidding.
That question's always funny. I mean,
question's
it's
terrible. Every time I'm like, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a sport as like you're trying to gain points in that sense or whatever, but I guess the term is loose. But it's obviously athletic prowess. It's a combination of both. Like when I was growing up, there was a lot of people that skated, and they all had like artistic ability as well. They could draw or paint at least a little bit. I don't know if it's the same as much, like the same thing now as much, but I'd say it's just a combination of all those things. That's probably why we love it, right? Like it's a hybrid. It's not just specifically you get from point A to point B faster than anyone, you win. If you get from point A to point B faster than anyone, and if your style's whack, you lose. You know?
Yeah.
It's weird. It's in a weird gray area.
Combination platter?
Combination platter, poo-poo platter.
Okay.
I would say the same thing, but I kind of feel like it goes. Man, I don't know. It's like
It's
you wanna
hard.
it's like you want to put it in order of which one's more important, and you're like, it's like I don't know. Like you gotta learn how to do it. So it's physical. You have to be sport. Like it's a sport, but like it's all about.
Before skating, I was a jock, man.
Yeah,
like,
no, same here.
I was going to go that
So,
route
yeah.
100%. Like I was absolutely like it would have been baseball, like no doubt. I would have went all in on that. So it's yeah. For
What'd
sure.
you play?
I think.
I
guess-
guess pitcher, shortstop, third base.
Oh, okay. I was a center fielder.
Woo,
Yeah.
cool.
Wait. I kind of just gravitated towards not like how hard tricks was really like how it looked, like who, like what. I don't know. I had no one really tell me when I was young what was like cool and what wasn't. But I'm kind of glad I remember seeing it, like, not to say it wasn't cool, but it wasn't my style. I saw a consolidated video and I just didn't get it. I think that might have been the first video I saw. And then I saw Trilogy and I saw Mouse and that was what I was like, oh, I like that. That's what I like. And so I kind of look at that as more of an art and lifestyle.
Lifestyle.
Yeah, that's kind of like, and then obviously you get Costin in there, and he's like all of that plus the sport aspect of like innovative.
Now he'll know.
Well, I came later, but yeah. Well, yeah, he did. That was sport right there.
That's sport.
Yeah, he was taking the next level.
It's hard to say because you're like molded by it. At the same time, you're growing up with it as well, you know, and it was changing so much, you know.
Yeah,
It really is hard to say.
My mom would always say every time she's like talking about me to her friends when I'm there, and she's like, "Kelly always told me it was not a sport, Mom. It's a lifestyle."
Yeah,
you know, and I don't remember saying
I
that.
like that.
I don't remember saying that really to her. But
I agree, but don't ever say it out loud.
But that's what I'm like. I don't remember saying that to you at a young age, but I was like, yeah, I could agree with that. You know, you know.
All right, we got a simpler question that requires a little bit less elaboration. Ledge or rail?
Ledge.
Or mini ramp?
No.
Well, that's a curveball.
For him, not for me.
Very different. It's so different. I'm going to go mini ramp.
Okay. Who's one of the most underrated skaters in your opinion?
Well, it depends what era. I mean, I've been around for a lot of years. There's underrated.
eras.
Yeah, I would say recently somebody else said it. I don't know what they said it on. There's too many videos everywhere. I'd say the dude Alexis Ramirez.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was Carlos
Good answer.
Ribeiro.
Yes,
said
he's
that.
so
Yep, that guy's
good.
insane.
When you see him live, he's crazy good. He should be paid out the frame. The dude is so good. Somebody right now.
You know, I would say the same thing. And the cool thing is that Nike saw that and they put him on the team.
Oh, amazing.
That's amazing because like a lot of people at San Diego, like they would just get free shoes and whatever, but like they finally put that dude on. And I was like, thank you for recognizing that.
He's great. I would say this dude as well. I think people know, but he's not overly celebrated at large. Gustav Tonneson.
Oh, yeah.
He's so sick.
Yeah. He's big in his realm, but in the mainstream, he's not.
He probably has to get rid of the man bun.
Is he an Adidas guy?
Yeah, but he has a man bun,
yeah.
and I think that's holding him down.
You think that's holding him down?
Potentially. Or is it helping him?
He's on Adidas.
But he could be on Adidas with a capital A. Capital A, yeah.
Is there a difference?
No.
Yeah. You were on Adidas for, oh yeah, you also rode for Adidas.
did, I rode for
you
them.
rode for literally everyone, dude.
I rode for everybody.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot left on the list.
Now I ride for nobody. I'm broke.
Best style, favorite style ever.
That's hard. I said Mike Carroll is one of my favorites. He's one of them. But if we're just going to go on pure style, I'm going to go Brian Lottie. Brian Lottie.
Damn.
Woo.
God, this is such
It's an
a
age
hard
thing
one
as
for
well,
me.
though. Like, I'm going to choose something different than Kelly.
I think my answer can go anywhere.
Could change tomorrow.
Could
But
change
today,
tomorrow.
who's your
But I
answer?
always thought Kenny Anderson had really
Good
just
answer.
like no one skated like him. You know,
Or Lightfoot.
Yeah, very Lightfoot, but like you knew it was him when he was skating. When he pushed, you knew it was him. You're like,
Pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah.
Dancing around.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. Who's got the best ollie?
Reese Forbes.
Reese Forbes, great one. Reese Forbes, Keith Huffnagel.
Yes.
I'd say I'm gonna go Reese though. Reese is.
I saw someone posted it on Instagram the other day of Reese Forbes' part from that tour video, and I watched it 3 times.
Really?
It was fucking sick. Just he goes so damn fast,
Skated really fast.
really fast,
Yeah.
and he was, like just alling over something and going like 5 more extra feet.
Yeah,
and you're,
yeah.
like flying past. You're like, wow, no one was doing that.
Yeah.
And still no one. Alex Olsen might have been the next one to kind of come close.
He skated like he had extra testosterone.
Yeah,
yeah.
He had pop, dude.
Yeah.
Extra.
It's like it squirting out of his ears and stuff.
All right. Favorite video ever made?
That's also a hard one. Depends on the era. This is always an easy one, but it is true. I would say blind video days. But then I would say also for me, maybe Plan B questionable.
It's kind of like you got to pick one.
Yeah, you gotta pick one, dude.
You
gotta pick one.
Well, if I got to pick one, then blind video days.
Nice. Mine goes different ranges, but right now, not because you're here, but genuinely like that video pushed me to start like pushing myself, and that was photosynthesis. I have a hardest time saying photosynthesis.
It's a lot of syllables.
Yeah, but that's like
I have a speech impediment. It's hard for me to say it too. Photosynthesis.
it's hard to say, but that video meant a lot to me. That was good.
Samesies, great vid. Go to flip trick. Go to
Trey.
Moneymaker. Trey.
Yeah. Tray flip. Kick flip.
Dolly late shove it.
It's not a flip trick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
It's a lateral move. Nothing beats a really good kick flip that feels real proper. There's certain ones you do so good, and you're like, ugh.
Is there a trick that you can do though? If you get on your board right away, you can just do it.
I could always do varial heels. And a tray flip as well. But varial heels, yeah. After I learned them this one way, it's just like, I don't need to skate for like a few years and I could still do it somehow.
I don't know,
How do you do it?
Yeah, how do you do it? Mike Mo would say the same thing.
Put your feet.
You know what? For me,
tell me the secret.
The secret was like I could do them at one point, but there was this one 411 industry video for Mad Circle, and Scott Johnston did one at Love Park.
That was crazy.
And the way he did it, it almost flipped up and over.
It's like a dolphin flip, right?
And when he did that, it changed the way I looked at that trick, and I realized, you don't just kick it off the side. You actually ollie the trick. Like you think of it more like an ollie rather than kicking off the side. And once I did that, it immediately went that other way. I went, oh. And then I remember I would teach other people how to do it. I'm like, this is what you do. You do it this way. And then they would instantly, boom, if they were good at skating, they would snap into it, and like you would see it just change immediately for that specific trick. To go back to your one thing about talking about coaching, like I would be like, oh, maybe you can't coach people. But that was something I'm like, I talked people through, and it 100% worked. It was one of those things I just realized on my own, like, oh, okay, I could see that. And of course, like anything else, like you could explain it, and there is shortcuts to certain stuff. So there is something to be said for coaching. Anybody wants to pay me $200,000 a year to coach?
I just like to do a varial heel clinic personally, but
what's his name? Imu, however you say it properly.
Oh,
Imu,
he has
the meanest.
The meanest one out right now, specifically.
Yeah. So good.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, favorite board graphic, skateboard graphic.
It's going to be age thing as well. For me, I have that whole era of like Anatus Copus when I first started skating and everything, and then all those like early world years. I'll just go, Anatus Copus, like classic cat graphic and everything. Yeah, Black Panther.
Mine was, grew up in like the girl era, basically. The girl logo, it was like I had one specifically, it was like Mike Carroll girl, was like all black, and the girl logo was all big with like bright green. Yeah. And I saw him skating. I think he kicked over that curved rail in fucking like in LA.
Yeah.
He's wearing that, and that was my favorite one. It just looked
It's
clean.
who does it at that certain point in your age and when you're like very easily influenced and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right person, right time. You know?
Yep.
Okay, dream sponsor doesn't have to be skate related. Anything in the world, go.
I feel like you maybe have. Do you have any?
I can give you guys some examples of
Let's
some.
hear it.
I mean, for me, it's always been. It would be like Home Depot. You go in there and get whatever you want.
That's good.
We get a lot of airlines.
Good.
Somebody brought up Target.
Not bad. Not bad.
There was another good
U.S.
one recently.
Mint where you could just print money. Somebody brought up once. Private, a lot of private jets.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a sponsor.
I'm gonna go Real Dolls. Real Dolls.
Okay, Kelly. Good luck following that up there.
Yeah, I just, American Airlines sounds good.
Really? Of all of them?
Well, that's where I fly.
Oh, okay.
But, because I don't know.
That's all right.
To be fair, it would probably be some sort of food thing. I don't know. Like, Erewhon. Erewhon. It's
You
a
know
really,
what's
Fancy grocery store.
I just thought of one. Panda Express.
Not
that's
bad.
insane.
That's good.
Do you actually eat that?
I love Panda
he's
Express.
I heard
crazy
him.
about that shit.
I heard him say
Yep.
after we walked in. It's like, dude, you can't beat a Panda Express at the airport.
Yeah,
And I was like,
the airport one's good. The airport one's good.
We were talking about eating, and I ate the worst burrito of my life.
Salt Lake
Where'd
City
you
burrito.
get this?
Salt Lake City Mormon flavored burrito. The rice was hard and crunchy. I don't even know the name of the place. It was just near the hotel.
Come on,
Okay,
you gotta
that's,
throw him under the bus.
If I can go to the place, take a photo, send it to you. I want to blow up their spot because I want to let everybody know, do not go there.
Okay.
The rice is hard. Okay. I like chipped my tooth on the rice. It was the worst.
So this is you're not going to ask this brand to be a dream sponsor.
no, they antithesis.
I just want to be really clear
Yeah.
about that.
Not even close to Real Dolls.
No, not even near. We're not even we're not on the same continent. Real Dolls.
Okay, last question. Worst trend.
Real Dolls.
Have you thought about being a comedian? Do you stand up at all?
I tried it once. I blew it. It was horrible. I need to do it a couple times.
I feel like you'd be better at like just riffing and just like talking shit to the crowd rather than just like reading a joke.
Well, you could do that. It's hard. It's like anything. You just got to do it for a while. I didn't do it enough. I did it twice.
Grenade.
Once or twice.
You got to grenade a lot to get good.
You do. Yeah. You really got to suck and eat shit for a bit. Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, what was the question? Worst trend. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I honestly, I gotta think.
Worst trend in skating?
Whatever.
Whatever.
Just life?
You could do life, sure.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Worst trend? I'll go canceling people.
yeah.
That was a horrible trend.
Yep.
They tried. They did not succeed. They
Dude.
did not succeed.
I'm always like, I try to be happy, like I said, or like, I'm happy people think I'm always happy. I don't know, like when people write like really crazy shit on the internet, it sucks to me now that I'm like so used to it. Not that they do it all the time, but you're just like, damn, some of these people just don't, it's like they're just trying to hurt your feelings and they got their own thing going on. And I really wish they would just take care of themselves rather than trying to like make themselves feel better by saying something nuts. I don't know how that works.
If
dude.
I
don't know. I'm confused in all that, and I feel like it is a trend.
Yeah, it is.
Totally.
100%.
Yeah, it's like they're like, yeah, I want to do this, and that person does it, and I want to do that too. But
if you ever hit any of them up directly, they will immediately change their story. Like, I'm sorry, I didn't really mean it, and all that and everything.
Yeah.
It is the worst trend and the worst of human beings for sure.
Yeah. I think,
If you're somebody that's commenting on stuff and leaving negative things, you suck at life. You are the worst trend for sure.
I mean, that's crazy though. That's a trend.
Yeah.
And usually it's like most people, not cheers to them, but at least the people that if you know who they are, they're commenting, you're like, at least you know who they are. And you're like, cool. Like,
Well, now with burners and everything too.
With burners, that's
because then you're
insane.
doing it like kind of hiding behind anonymity.
Yeah. I know, and that's where, like, I don't know. And I always ask people, like, they come on the Nine Club, they're like, do you ever, some people get hate for whatever reason, whatever they're doing. Like, there's some YouTuber or whatever it is. Like, do you get hate on, or do people ever come up to you and talk shit? And they're like, no, I've never ever had one person come up to me ever.
Doesn't happen.
And not that I'm saying I want anyone to come talk shit to me, like to my face, but it's like.
I do.
Dude, if you do.
I want them to come up and talk shit to your face. I do. I hope it happens this weekend here in Salt Lake City.
Yeah. Well, thank God it's coming out after that.
I forgot.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't wish that for anyone to do it, but you really have, whatever you're mad about probably isn't, I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Indicator that the well-being of culture, society's probably not doing great. If generally somebody's not thriving if they're leaving those types of comments.
Yeah, dude, no one that's really successful in the, you know what I mean? Like leading a positive thing for what's going on in the world is leaving negative comments.
I think what Chris was just saying, if you're thriving, you're just not doing it.
Yeah.
And it's really, when you're young, it's hard to say though as well, right? Somebody's young and just being an idiot, and you can be looking too much into it, but it's, that is not the key to thriving in life. And it's, it sucks. Fuck the internet. Is this on the internet?
What is the internet?
You're
anyway?
contributing.
Yeah, we're part of the problem. We're
part of the problem.
Yep. All right. We pretty much did it. We got a couple of last questions. What board are you currently skating?
Hurry up, I can piss my pants.
Yeah, we're pretty much there.
Okay, I'm currently skating a 9 Club board made by HLC Distribution, good wood shop, 7.875, Thunder trucks, Spitfire wheels, 50 millimeter, 147 Thunders.
Sorry.
I don't blame you, dude. I was like, damn, this is like
Tim has no clue what he's skating.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's how I was going to answer it.
Took the wind out of your sails. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just a Habitat board with some wheels and shit. Bones bearings, the best.
Nice.
That's the only thing. Like, I have bones.
Everybody, hey, if anybody is watching this that skates and your favorite skater rides for another bearing sponsor, they're all skating Bones bearings. They're the best.
Swiss, right? Swiss?
Yes. It is what it is. Yep. It's been that way forever.
And if say they ride for a different grip tape company, they're probably riding Mob.
Yeah.
That's probably it too. So I would get hit up when I was Mob team manager, get hit up by so many people.
I was going to say, do you work for Mob?
I used to, and I would get hit up by so many people that didn't ride for Mob and asked for boxes. And you'd be like, yeah, well, you know what? Cool, I got you, dude. No worries. I know it must be tough out there.
It's got to be tough.
Yeah.
I got to say that culture in skating should probably change. I think somebody else had brought this up. Too many people get free shit in skating. Yeah. You should change the culture. No more product tosses. For real, you start coaching the kids up at a young age, throwing shit out. Somebody brought this. I think it might have been Ryan Clements brought it up. They're like, you got to change the culture. You're coaching them up from a young age, throwing shit out for free. You get so many people in skating that just ask for shit for free. Like, motherfucker, you need to buy that shit. Get a fucking job, pay for it. I don't even know where this is all coming from. Oh, you're talking about like other people getting Mob grip and stuff like that. Yeah, too many people get free shit. Buy the shit.
Yeah, in baseball, you don't like, can I get a free baseball bat? Like, no, luckily your parents probably hook you up with that stuff, but that's... Yeah. To a certain age.
Yeah. At a certain point, like, you need to get a job and
pay for
fucking buying the shit. Yeah. Support the industry.
The amount of,
Go ahead.
There's a good part of, like, it's rad that we get free stuff. But then there's also like,
us, but not other people.
Exactly. I love getting
us. Yes.
As you're saying that, I'm like, I am such an entitled piece of shit.
Yeah.
Open a box, you're like, this stuff sucks.
Yeah, we're not them. That was like,
that wasn't meant for us at this table.
Yeah. This is for them. Yeah. You're good.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. We're all good.
All right. What's next for the boys before we wrap up this fucking freight train that's derailed?
I'm going to piss like a racehorse in your urinal on the outside. That is the most pressing importance.
Yep. Love it. Kelly?
That's about it.
Kelly's going to watch.
I'm going to report. I'm gonna be.
Hold your hand through it.
Yeah.
Dude, I need some help getting out of my back's like fucked up now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're here for the Skull Candy event. We're stoked for that, right, Tim?
Yeah. Actually, that thing is fun. Are you going to come out to that? You
Yeah,
guys coming
Sunday
out?
looks like it's not going to rain, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a music festival / there's a skate event and Skull Candy, and it's like it's one of those ones where it's like a skate event where you're like, this is what it should be.
It's like
fun as hell.
Yeah.
Very laid back. Everybody gets treated really properly. Like, nice hotel, all that stuff. It's fun.
It's like team oriented, so it looks fun.
Yeah. Cool. Oh yeah, I did it last year. You didn't do it last year. Yeah, it's super fun, man.
Who's going to take us out of the show, Silk?
I think Tim's gonna do it.
Yeah. So you just do a sign off, you know? Just
Thanks for watching. Thanks for
thank the
whoever,
sponsors.
whatever
You don't
wanna
need to
say.
be
Doesn't matter.
specific,
Yeah.
but
Whatever.
All right. Am I looking in some specific
no,
place? I didn't
look at the camera.
Yeah,
Look
if
at
you
that
want
camera.
to.
Okay.
You
Yeah. Thanks for watching Bombhole and listening. Anything else? Oh, are we good? Are we still on? Are we canceled?
Give us a good sign off.
Yeah.
Just give us a period.
Like and subscribe. And I'm a realtor now, so if you want to buy or sell something,